All right, I think we're live. Yeah. Okay.
Oh yes.
Can I get Twitch?
Begin twitching.
All right. Well, we're here like 2 minutes late. We need a little bit more time to set up. Basically, I gotta make a tweet, and I gotta check audio levels. Are the is it oh wait, oh, is it called cameras? Okay, it is. It's been a second since I've logged into this one. Okay, let me make a post and then we'll get ready.
Never once.
It's terrifying every time. Yeah, it's not good. No.
I drive to like the middle of Virginia to buy like a fake one.
Yeah, yeah, we do. Is this time into the Rise of Monkeys stop with
If we're gonna banter to the mic.
Oh, banter into the mic.
The apes are no longer bathing. They've got a yacht club.
They're simply
They're
bored.
bored of bathing. They yearn for new heights.
Someone do the Anthony Hopkins Silence of the Lambs speech to bathing games.
All I remember is what that guy throws at her face.
Hello, Snake Pup. Hello, everybody.
Where is that wall?
What wall?
Williamsburg.
I know it's in Williamsburg, and I know it's
The line
across the
goes up
street
wall.
from a place called. Actually, I can't. It's a business, but it's called Zaza R Us, which I think is amazing.
What is this?
Wait, what are you talking about? Are you talking
What
about?
is this?
Yeah, it's a.
Fuck
it's
that. Okay,
It's
my
Wait, what
brother-
is it?
CD store.
CD store.
CBD. No, but you just say something wrong.
CD store?
No,
I was like,
it's a CBD store.
Oh, okay. They're waiting for we to be
Yeah,
closed.
yeah.
Hi.
How was your shot?
But I know that it exists. I
My
wonder
shot's
where
good.
But
it
it's
is.
not. I thought it was gonna be pizza.
No, it's not pizza. It's
That's a shame.
That's
Snake Pope.
like a smoke shop.
Could we all pause for a second? Snake Pope, could I request just an audio check and volume? We were running late because of eating Chinese food. How's my volume? Is it a little loud? It seems like it's a little loud. Or Sam, if you want to, Sam.
Can we get a slow zoom on that?
You have to turn yours up a bit? Okay. Kay, could you speak?
Hey, what's up?
How's Kay coming through?
Can you hear me? Audio seems solid.
Does it now?
Oh, okay. Well, if that's the case, I'm gonna pump everybody to medium. If anybody's too loud, just pop in chat and I will look at it. Thanks, everybody. Welcome to SVA BFA animation tabletop role-playing faculty stream, brought to you by
And alumni.
brought to you by Wizardhole and the School of Visual Arts. I just want to say that everything we say is fully vetted and endorsed by David Rhodes himself, my best friend. Now that I'm going to play a little intro, which should set the mood and get us into the vibe, the setting, the lore, and then we're gonna introduce ourselves, and then we are going to start playing a role-playing game. Yeah, so we are not going to be interacting with chat as much as, like, say, I was yesterday with pixel art. That's because there's a lot of work busted up quality graphics, like our sponsorship once again with Wizardhole and the School of Visual Arts BFA Animation Department. All right. Me to finish this track and play the introduction. I'm so happy to be here.
3 centuries ago, dark days for the people of the Old Kingship. In those days, the roads were stalked by dogmen, the nights were ruled by vampire, and the woods belonged to the Fey Things on the hunt for lost children. Meanwhile, the kings of Old Haverlock waged war with their neighbors, seeking vainglory and abandoning their people to fear and suffering. Of course, that was all before the flintlock, before blood thaumaturgy, before the hunters. The first hunters came from an unlikely handful of fishing villages. Their tactics were crude, but with each generation their craft was perfected. Within 100 years, hunters would drive the dogmen south, tame the vampire, and convince the Fey Things to leave our world. With their success, the fishing villages flourished and had turned into a small city. But all was not well, for while the commoners rejoiced, High King Gors grew jealous. From his seat of power in Old Haverlock, Gors declared war on the city. He boasted that he would meet the hunters in the field and destroy them. But the hunters did not meet the High King in the field. Instead, they met him in his bedchamber, where they put a bullet in him. The line of Old Haverlock was dead. The city was free. And so, to fit its newfound place of prominence, the city took on a new name. New Haverlock. Since then, New Haverlock has ascended to the forefront of trade and heavy industry, but wealthy as it has become, New Haverlock is in peril, and it is the hunters alone who can save the city. Let's hope they don't fuck it up.
Thank you, everybody, for. I gotta put the music back on. There we go. Welcome, everybody, to New Haverlock, a post-fantasy Victorian-esque city where we have a bunch. Dang, I used to have this down. Welcome, everybody, to New Haverlock, a tabletop role-playing game where 5 misfits solve mysteries in a Victorian-esque post-fantasy city. That was pretty close.
That was great.
That was pretty close. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you. It's been a while. We've been gone since Omicron. Ever heard of it? But we're back now with a slightly new cast in a new venue at, once again, the School of Visual Arts BFA Animation Department collab with Wizardhole. Thank you so much, SVA BFA Animation Department. All right, let's go around and introduce ourselves and our characters. If you want, you can say a little bit about what your deal is. In fact, it's registration coming up at the School of Visual Arts. So if you want to make a pitch for your class, now is the time to do it. Let's start over here with you.
Oh, this guy.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. My name is Bryce Gold. I am the publisher of Pyrite Press, and I also work for Comixology Originals. For SVA, I teach the comics production course. Check it out.
And who are you playing?
And I am playing Multi. That's it.
Yeah.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Jensen. I teach senior portfolio at SVA. I also teach at Parsons, a class called Core 4D Studio, and I used to teach a class there called Language and Letter Form. I'm trying to hear my own voice while my ears are covered, so I'm getting used to it. I'm a book illustrator. Have some other endeavors as well, including experimental animation, and I play Mother Sari, who's a witch who lives in the dirt.
Hi everyone, my name is Lily. I teach in the illustration department, senior portfolio, and I am playing Valencia Annalise Montparno, who is a human, definitely a human, wellness influencer of sorts.
Yeah, that wasn't drinking blood.
No, that's fine. And I eat food, and I go out in the daytime, and it's fine.
Good evening. My name is Alec. And today I'm playing Horse Master, Youngster, Newborn, Baron of Glue, and Lover of Young Things.
Explain a little bit about yourself.
Why demystify the Baron? I'm a musician and a graduate with a lot of debt, a lot of scholarships.
Alec also did the music for the introduction video I played a moment ago. Sorry to demystify.
My name's Kay. I teach animation thesis. I'm playing Egbert, who is a frog.
Previously, Egbert was 12. Now Egbert is 14.
Yeah,
Big differences.
big differences, big changes.
Music's a little loud? All right. Thank you for letting me know. Down. Let me raise over here. Hopefully that should do it. Let me know if Jay could use a button. Okay. What is the number on your microphone, Jensen? It should be a little tag further down. I believe it's 4. Oh.
Good Lord. First time holding one of those.
Oh wait, you might.
I don't think I have a number.
Oh, you might.
Bonus.
Okay, you're actually probably 2. So I'm gonna. Oh, then yeah. So no, that's 2. Okay. All right. Yes. Please let me know if there's anything else. Thank you, everybody, for coming with us as we get back into, streaming after a long hiatus. So. The 5 of you, all candidates for, excuse me, I had a thing in my throat. The 5 of you, all candidates for a new, well, we'll cover it when we go in. The 5 of you find yourself in the city of New Haverlock, a city based around industry and a merger of all the different sapient species that exist in the city. Some of you have worked previously as hunters, others are brand new to the job. For whatever reason, there's been a lot of tabloid mishaps regarding the hunters over the last 2 years, debates whether they should exist at all. The head of the hunters, a Fry Winter, shown on screen, has fallen into immense debt, almost lost his position in the New Haverlock Round Council because of his fervent belief that the hunters, folk legends of old, should be back on the streets to inspire the people. However, due to a bunch of unfortunate incidents, lawsuits were made against the hunters, which Fry Winter was forced to cover personally. It's been up in the air whether the hunters will continue to exist. But you've all been called on official hunter letterhead to Brandyblock, the seat of power in the city of New Haverlock. You're sitting in an antechamber outside the main round where the people of power speak and talk and decide what everybody else has to live through and live with. You've been sitting here for a while with people coming and going and a single constable coming in to assure you that Fry Winter will be there to speak shortly. But it takes a long time. Eventually, however, the man himself enters the room. Let me switch music real quickly to something a little more background.
Log into the Twitch. Is there anything good happening in the comments?
You can log in and see for yourself. I'm not the keeper of the chat.
The door bursts open, and Fry Winter, with his patented big beard that doesn't cover the chin, sunglasses, and hat. It's like comes at mutton chops that go to the nose. I couldn't think of it. It's live. It's live.
That doesn't cover the chin. What does that look like?
Pops through the door, thrusting it open, sweating profusely. Well, it's been a long day. I'm sorry to keep you all waiting. I know you've been sitting here with bated breath. Have you been fed any fish sticks or wine or anything to make the waiting more bearable?
No.
No.
He trundles over to a chair and sits down heavily. It creaks. Well, so how are you all doing? Are you all best bosom friends now? Valencia, you haven't aged a day. It's wonderful to see you, my dear.
Yes, see, this is what happens when you buy into the V by Valencia way. Aging is but something to be left in the wind.
Yes, I've been taking it regularly, and I have lost a lot of weight, but I've also been shitting far more than normal, which I'm not sure is a normal cause or sign, but,
Well, certainly it is just your aging body flushing out the toxins. You see, youth does not come without a price.
Ah, toxins. I've heard about those. I read about them in the tabloids. What about you, Mother? Sorry. How have you been? I've heard tell of your graveyard exploits. Excited to have you join us. And what about you, bird person in the corner?
Got me wasting my time here, making no money at all.
No
But-
fish?
No, I wasn't offered anything.
Well, I'll see to it. And Horsemaster, of course, we've been acquainted many times. How are you? How's the factory?
Pardon, do I know you?
Yes, I was at your dinner. I was at your house for dinner 2 weeks ago.
Sorry, life is long. Many faces are lost along the way.
Well, I'm glad you answered the summons at the very least. Clearly your sense of duty has not left you.
It is my duty to follow the law to the letter, the law which I hope to rewrite to allow me to do more indiscriminate killing.
Oh, politics. That's not where I thought that was going. A politics man, I thought for a second there, and then, well, perhaps it's still one and the same. And Egbert, how's the little lad doing? He reaches over and pats you
Not a
on the
little lad. I'm really tall.
head. You
Keep saying this to me. I don't like it.
It is true. Egbert is about 7.5 feet
Yeah,
tall
I'm 7.5
now.
now. I grew a little bit.
Well, it's lovely to see you again. I've been kept away from my precious hunters due to all the lawsuits you've inflicted upon me. Well, I shouldn't say that to Mother or the bird, because you're new. And that's part of the new branding. Bring in new people. We had one old person, now we have another old person, and a bird now. So we are quite diverse. We've got one of everything.
You didn't know that already. This is a very good start to a good friendship, good business relationship too.
With that, another man walks into the door, into the room. He comes from the other side, not from the hall, but from the main. No, sorry, not from the rounds, not from where the politicians speak, but from the hallway outside. He has a top hat and very large jowls, but you all feel like you've seen him somewhere before, but you can't quite place it, except you, Valencia. You know another salesman when you see it. The man walks in, towering for a humane, perhaps 6'1", and walks across the room, and then looks everybody up and down and says, "Well, Fry Winter, is this it? Are these the ones that I'm bringing on into the fold of my empire? You're familiar. You. How do I know you?"
Well, if you are a man of good taste and who cares about his health, perhaps you know me from my many billboards around the city advertising my line of products. Of course, my name is
Valencia. Yes, the wellness get-up. That's a good one. I myself am Big Clippy Fix-It, the Fix-It man of Haverlock. You know, plumbing, joy lights, houses. If it needs fixing, you come to Big Clippy Fix-It. He puts on the smile, and you suddenly all understand. The other person on all the billboards, it's Big Clippy Fix-It, smiling big, and then it slouches back down into a dog-like jowls. Well, Fry Winter, I guess we've got someone of class and character.
Yes, and might I say, from one salesperson to another, I must thank you for your advances in industry in this city.
We'll have to exchange notes sometimes. Fixing the body could be quite as lucrative as fixing people's toilets.
Oh, you would be surprised. I think perhaps it can be more so, for you fix a toilet and it stays fixed for, who knows, months, perhaps years. The body, however, constantly decaying.
He picks out a notebook and starts scribbling, says, "Do you mind if I quote you? That's quite the zinger. I can put it in the
Absolutely,
tablets.
please.
What was a toilet is fixed for months,
Yes,
but a
yes,
body What was it?
Oh, yes, a toilet may be fixed for months, but the body is in a state of constant decay.
One might even say the body is the toilet of existence.
Now,
Has been said many times.
Oh, Valencia, what's your mic number? I think you are. No, you're too quiet.
5.
5. All right, gonna punk you a little. Thank you, Scott. So, Big Clippy Fix-It looks you all up and down, and then takes a seat in a chair, and it's silent for a moment. Before Frywinter, looking awkward, tugs on his tie and says, "Well, so, as you all know, I've been driven near bankrupt as a result of your exploits, which I still stand behind. I believe in all of you. And the way to fix it was the way to fix all things in the world, free enterprise. So Big Clippy Fix-It has come in and has donated a fair amount of money to the cause, and now you all are, honorary Fix-It people, fixing problems
What
in the
does that
city.
mean?
Well, not so much.
Are we plumbers now?
I think it's
I
more
didn't
You
sign
call
up
me
for
a
that.
fixer?
plumbing. Fix-It pipes up, raises a finger. Think of it as fixing the plumbing of society through violence and solving mysteries.
Now you're speaking my language.
Mysteries are stupid.
Well, then you could brute force them, I suppose. You've got a gun, I imagine, or some weapon.
No, can I have a gun? Can you give me one?
Sure. He
Yeah, give me
reaches
one.
into his pocket
I
and
don't
hands
think
you
a
a gun.
child
Great.
should handle a firearm, but
I
what
could
do
do
know?
whatever I
Well,
want.
how
I'm
old
not
are
a
you
child.
to
I'm a
boss me
teenager.
around?
How old am I? Hey, I'm just a silent observant type, okay? I don't mean nobody to nothing.
Well, then, if I want to give, it's a free country.
Nobody to nothing.
If I want to give a child a gun, there's nothing wrong
Not
with
a
that.
child.
It's not
I'm
illegal.
a teenager.
Look,
Give them anything.
we're all makers of our own destiny here. So if that's the decision you want to make and that's the future you want to have for the kid, then by all means, no problem off my back.
Well, we've got
doesn't
a-
ruffle my feathers.
We've got a man of government right here. Do you have a problem with this, Frywinter? Frywinter just shakes his head. No problem at all, Big Clippy. Fix it. No, nothing at all. So Big Clippy looks at all of you and says, so, I've talked to Frywinter, and it's not like you're going to be like lawmen no more, not like constables. It's more like you're in this liminal space between the law and not the law, which should solve any
Isn't
legal
always
problems.
That the case?
Well, no, you were legally liable was the problem previous. And now, because you sit in the middle ground, there's no laws what to regulate what you can and can't do, which means me and Frywinter here, we's off the hook. So it means, you can do whatever fixing you need to do, so long as it looks good.
we'll be off the hook, or now we're on the hook. Or
I never really
Say we
thought
get
about
into
that.
a
So we
bit
could
of
do whatever
trouble,
we
right?
want?
Well, Frywinter, well,
Well, whatever we want? Whenever we want?
What Mr.
Do
Fixit's
we
trying
get
to
a free
say...
pass? Do we get like a pass that says we could do whatever we want?
I think
That
it's
we're
more-
above the law?
I think it's more one of those
Can I
situations.
get that badge too, along with the gun?
I'd also like that.
Actually,
Yeah, can
speaking
we
of
get
that,
the badge?
I actually need the lead badges back.
No.
Actually, so far from giving you a badge, I
want a
need
new
it
badge
back.
if you're gonna take the old one.
Okay, well,
Well,
I'll get
wait.
something made up.
Okay, but I'm keeping this one till you get the new badge.
All right. Well, I'm already at the bottom of the barrel of my finances, but I'll figure out something.
I can
He
do
looks
whatever
at-
I want, though.
He looks at Fix-It, who shakes his head. He goes, okay, we'll figure something out. No, well, yes, in terms of me and Fix-It, we're legally in the clear, no matter what. As for the rest of you, it's again a legal gray area where, monkey see, monkey do, monkey
What does that
Well,
mean?
what's in it for us?
poo all over you.
Sounds like a
mean-
lot of risk to be taken on for very little reward.
Well, you'll be paid. And you'll be
Hey,
on the you'll be in the
excuse
motion
me.
pictures.
I do have a question about this new arrangement. As something of a woman baron myself, I shan't have a boss above me. So are we clear that I am still at the top of my own triangular structure with no one else above me?
I think what we can say is something along the lines of you'll be adjacent and over here. The further you are, frankly, from Fix-It Enterprises, other than in the motion pictures and on the billboards, the more I'm in the clear. So I'm happy with you being in charge of whatever it is over there.
Listen, Clitty, I must tell you, I will not be branded, sir. I run one of the biggest companies in all of the fucking world, you know. So I will not be appearing on any branded
No.
materials but my own.
What is that? I don't recognize you, and I know every
Pardon?
person. I know every person of import in this city, but you, I don't recognize.
Tell me, what affixes the gum soles of your shoes to the hide portion? Come on now.
Why, tax, of course.
Fuck. Well, I was thinking maybe glue from Sister's Glue Factory. my
The synthetic
family's-
stuff that they make out in Tindertown, Mother's Glue.
No, don't fuck with the mothers, okay? It's got no horse in it. Mine is made from pure 100% horse.
And that makes it better?
Of course, there's more horse in it, you fucking jackass.
Now, the free market
Christ.
has not quite declared it better, for I believe that Sister's Glue Factory is second in revenue to Mothers. Am I not mistaken?
The numbers are not important. What is
Oh,
important
numbers
is the
are-
quality.
numbers are
always
everything.
The
important.
quality
I gotta
of
push
the
back on
adhesive.
that one.
Numbers are everything.
I'm
yes.
about to start fucking
A fellow
spraying glue
business
everywhere.
A big Clippy Fixer goes, well, I hope you wish you luck in your new venture in creating things that stick to other things. Perhaps you can put it on your hand and steal from the beggars on the street by sticking it in. That would be
I've
some
already
horsing
done that.
around. What?
I already did that. That's like the first thing I did as a fucking child. Think outside the fucking box.
Well, anyway, Frywinter, where are we sending these reprobates off to? I feel like we must have something to, we're paying them.
Hold on.
What is it?
Who is this old granny we've got in tow?
Oh, yes, Mother.
Yes?
You were, hello. I attempted to speak to you before, but, you had nothing to say. Do you wish to pipe up now? I thought you might just like your privacy.
Was a question truly asked? Was a mother put to task? Or did a man speak for himself, for only to hear his voice like a doll on the shelf? A doll unseen and never used. A license to kill. A pair of shoes. Glued together, held with tacks. Does it matter? Racks on racks.
Damn. This thing is
Speaks
freaky.
the
That
truth.
seems-
She's said no wrong.
It's getting hot in here, I
It's like
think.
a little song.
What did she
What?
say in general?
She addressed us by all of our interests. She got money. She got tax. She got.
Fuck off! I don't fuck with tax.
I heard tax. I don't know.
I think it was
Woman
more the
baron,
tax man, which is a bit-
Woman branded.
Oh.
No claws, crab claws, toilet, boilet, off the hooks, on the books, badge of lead, human head.
Are these
The
written
place I
down?
come from, is the house of the dead.
Yes, are you reading those out of that book you're writing in, Mother, or is it off the dome?
My book is the source of the power I keep. I keep it locked up when I sleep.
I thought you were going to say, so back off, you fucking sheep.
Wake the fuck up.
Well, yeah, anyway, I have a, Frywinter starts thumbing through a leather-bound notebook, saying, we have a job. I'm sure we have a job. We brought you here for something. Yes! And he stabs down on this notebook, and he turns it around, circled 3 times in big block letters, is the trouble with children. Address, the inhospitable home for the criminally unparented. Frywinter says, and that's all I wrote down, so I guess you better go and find out what's going on. For expenses, here. And he takes out a coin purse and he hands you all a silver circle. He says, that's expenses for the day. Don't spend it all in one place.
Is this
Can you
added
take
to
it?
our
Or-
monies?
Yes. I stick out my foot and I say, put it on there.
He puts it on the foot.
Thank you very much. I ruffle my feathers.
That's a fun trick.
Oh, this is going to be a great relationship. I can't wait to be your skeleton one day.
All right, so with
Keep
that,
it up. Keep it up.
there's a little. So with that, you have your destination, where to go. Now, Horsemaster, you know a bit of something about the inhospitable home for the criminally unparented.
Why, yes, the headmaster there is a good friend of mine.
I guess we'll learn more when you get there. I should have, I meant to flash this when I said the trouble with children. I had this whole GIF made up, and then I forgot to do it at the dramatic moment where I said the trouble with children. I probably should have played like a sound effect sting too. But you know.
I've got a question.
Is what it is. Yes, what is it, Mother? Or is this Jensen asking? Okay, what's your metatextual question?
Mother has a minute.
I haven't yet downloaded the app for rolling the dice and attached my new stats to them. Could we get some dice?
You want dice? Hand
Hand
little,
dice.
I
little
feel
ones.
like it also makes sense that Mother Sorry would use physical.
Analog only for me. The electronic.
We've got dice on demand here. A carriage is waiting for you outside of the new Haverlock round. Once again, the center of commerce, government, and banking in the city.
How far are we going?
You're going to the Keg, the northern corner of the Keg. The Keg is a district that,
Too far to fly?
you know, probably not too far to fly,
I don't
actually.
want to get in the car with them.
Do you say anything about it, or you just...
I'm just gonna go.
and you know how to get where you're going?
If I know how to get where I'm going, I just need to know what the neighborhood is.
Yeah, so it's the inhospitable home for the criminally unparented.
I'm familiar. I'm familiar with the home.
Yeah.
I'll see you at the home.
All
I'll
right.
see y'all there.
You take off and you fly?
I'm not gonna be held back by limits of those that lack the ability to fly.
Let me get a talent times 2 from you.
Yeah, all right.
Let's see how fast you fly there.
All right.
So you're traveling from the center of commerce and government again, the Brandy Block round, north into the Keg. When you first cross over the bridge, you approach the night market, which is this towering building cobbled together of old grand manor houses with a central market around it. And during the day, it's a central banking hub in the city. And at night, it's a well-known place for some of the shadier pleasures the city has to offer. A lot of gambling, a lot of drinking. And around the night market, a bunch of other industries sprouted up, turning the Keg, which used to be an industrial town, into something more akin to a cool neighborhood with lots of breweries and places to play darts. But as you go further north into the Keg, the industry promoted around the night market starts to die away. And the old factories that have not been renovated loom large like old husks, breaking down the bricks, feeling unmortared. But you keep traveling further north until you start coming across abandoned buildings and abandoned factories, until you're farthest off to the north. And you see, looming in the distance, a 3-story mansion, deeply wide, with 2 layers of thick stone walls, with a gargoyle outside, a plaque underneath it saying the inhospitable home for the criminally unparented. Now, also nearby, I should point out, just across the street is Sister's Glue Factory. Which
family home.
which also looks equally
Gorgeous. Imposing.
You don't want to go
Inescapable.
to this part of town. That's all I gotta say about it. You don't want to go over here.
yeah, there's all this cool stuff to the south. Why would you even go this
Why
far
would-
north?
There's no reason.
Did you roll those dice for me?
Yeah, I got 4 hits.
You got 4 hits.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So you're already at the inhospitable
I
home
figured
way
I'd meet them
beforehand.
there.
Yeah. What are you doing in the
I'm
meantime?
preening.
You're preening like in a cool way.
Yeah, I'm preening and I'm smoking a little treat for myself, a little cigar.
Okay. You're doing like a pose when they all show up, rounding the corner.
I'm gonna lean against the tree.
You're gonna lean against a tree. It's pretty cool looking. Egbert, can I
You
get
ever seen
a
a bird
cigar
smoke before?
smoking bird? Am I supposed to be impressed?
Egbert? Can I get a pride times 2 to hold in that it's pretty cool how fast the bird got here and the way the bird is leaning.
2 hits.
2 hits. I'll leave it up to you whether or not you can contain that feeling.
I can. It's not that cool.
Okay. Well, apparently it's not that cool.
I don't exist to impress you. I don't exist to
I
impress
didn't ask
any
you
of
to.
What do you exist for?
I exist for one purpose on this earth and one purpose only.
What's that?
Make money, get power, become king of the world.
That's more than one thing.
I don't need you to
Get
double
birds.
cross
Well,
me.
you
I
just
don't need
you
to-
literally
I
put
don't
up
need
like
you to
3
talk back.
feathers when you said it was just
Oh,
one
you
thing.
don't? The kid can count.
Yeah,
That's
who
good.
can't count?
That's a good question. Well, believe me, I've seen some people that can count and some that can't count. You luckily look like someone that could count.
You're.
The Boyds. We're all very interested in numbers,
A
you see.
purpose leads the boy of flight. Of it do not lose your sight. Do not your morals compromise, or from the dust you will not rise. Not like a phoenix towards the sun, but towards the ground your blood could run.
Look, as a point of honor and privilege, I don't interrupt the elderly, but I don't understand a word she just said.
You're standing outside the inhospitable home. You're past the walls are imposing, but they have many holes in them, and it's easy for the carriage to get through. The driver stops just a few steps short of the main entranceway, and you're all standing out here. It's let's say late afternoon, no, early evening after all that time spent in the Haverlock round. The sky is getting a little bit dark. The clouds are getting heavy. It might rain later. What do you do?
Well, we go in, right?
Wait,
Ah.
we do not know for what reason we are here. May I, not to slow you down, but just for a moment, sense the patterns of this place and see what all has been disturbed in its daily routine.
What does that mean?
Let me take a breath. Sense what the ground is telling me, and if the rhythms are out of place with this place.
Do as you wish.
I mean, I don't know if you
lady.
need a spell to do that. It really looks out of place here.
And I'll tell you, he's a wonderful guy.
I think
Okay.
this goes beyond just us and this plane. I think we should let her do a thing. I don't trust like that.
Yeah, what do you start doing,
It's
Mother
a friend-
Sari?
It's a friend of mine. I promise you I'll be fine.
What do you start doing?
I dip my pinky into my leather pouch. I take a drop of mushroom tea to my tongue. I put my pinky up towards the air. I swirl it round in a figure 8, a triangle, and a star. I open my book and I close my eyes. And do I roll?
Yes, you roll. Give me a magic time. I think it's magic plus genius. I actually wrote it on these things. Yes, magic plus genius.
While this is happening, I look to Annalise and I just kind of eyeing her up and down. I say, entrepreneur to entrepreneur, I respect you. I don't know what you're trying to pull here.
Now, I understand that I command respect wherever I go. However, I am unaware of you or your entrepreneurial exploits, so I hesitate to let you put us on the same level.
I put up my hands, I say, I get it, I understand, but I've interacted with a lot of humans, I interact with a lot of people. Something's off.
Look, I may be just a chosen human capable of great things. That is up for you to discover for yourself. Now, I certainly have plenty to offer your kind as well. If you find yourself seeking perhaps some more longevity, perhaps getting some of those crusty bits out the corner
The
of
crow's
your
feet?
eyes.
I'm fine with them.
Now, god of the meta pattern, shaman of all that is quiet in this plane. This place, I can tell, is a place of great pain, of great suffering, and that pain is brought about in cycles that are the same every day. Children grow, but they know no growth of soul. They know no hope of light. In these cycles, in these circles ever downward, is there something of recent that has made a sharp spike in the suffering here?
As you say this and you echo these words and you understand these truths, in your mind, etched, jagged, as if drawn with a sharp stick in the wettest mud, is the letter H. And then it disappears and dissipates like rats scurrying away from a bright light, and your mind clears itself.
From what I hear, the orphanage then is running perfectly.
Do we really need a spell for that? This place does look horrible.
I sensed an evil age.
Okay.
An
Well, I
evil
mean-
age?
AJ.
Well, my
No,
name
there is
starts
no
with
such thing
H,
as an
so
evil
I
age,
think-
except too young to know what it is you're talking about.
Now I must beg to differ, as I'm sure the revulsion on my face at your aged form indicates. However,
I can't see a single indication on your face of an expression at all.
Yes, as it should be, and for the low price of $59.99 a month, you too can have no expression on your face whatsoever. What I meant to say was, though I am equal parts repulsed and disgusted by your form, I do respect the magical powers that I just felt emanate off of you. There's definitely some. There's a major respect. I don't know that I'm saying that out loud, but I'm feeling it.
Thank you for
Okay.
the validation, dearie, though I may feel it and not hear it with my large elder's ears.
The large ears of the elderly.
I'm wretched.
They say the ears keep growing after you die.
Cool.
It's just something they say. I didn't say it had anything to do with me.
I'm just completely captivated by the otherworldly and spiritual nature of this lady. It terrifies me.
What are you doing?
Not so impressed.
What are you up to, Egbert? Like, Horsemaster's busy being not impressed.
So I went inside.
So you can go up to the door and start banging on it, but the
I don't
door's
mind it.
locked.
Well, I just try and open it.
It's locked.
I bang on it.
Yeah, give me vigor times 2 to see how loud you bang on the
Oh, that's
on the
a
door.
lot of time.
Yeah, it is a lot of those, yeah. Also, it's fun, so give yourself a +2 to that.
Okay.
The kid's really putting his back into
Oh boy, it's 5 hits.
All right, so
To see him do that to someone's face, it is actually quite impressive.
the rest of you
We
are
know each other.
Unfortunately, I typically don't associate with his kind. However, I will say the power in those arms is remarkable, like nothing I've seen.
you're broken from your conversation with the door opening and the cutting voice of a haggard woman missing a tooth, wearing a nurse's outfit too tight for their strong body, says,
Stop banging on the door, you wretched thing! Stop doing that! The children are already upset enough as it is!
she clips the
Well, I
pliers
didn't
she's
think-
holding.
I didn't think you heard me.
When we heard you, I just had many things to pull and I had to speed up!
You had what?
She points at her pliers, then like a gunslinger, twists them around her finger and tucks them into a belt. Says,
Horsemaster, why are you bringing these reprobates to the
Hey,
orphanage?
whoa! Who you calling a reprobate?
With some
Yeah, I
reluctance,
came here to
must
help.
say. They're my recent co-workers.
Co-workers?
Folks, this is Belinda Agrinda.
It's Gratina, as if we didn't use...
Pardon me.
As if we
for
didn't
forgetting.
date in a past life.
It must not be brought
That's
up every
horrible.
time we use
This is
the
a
word.
horrible image in my mind.
Well, you could just remember my name instead of Belinda this, Belinda that. If you recall, you broke up with Belinda to date me when I
There
was
some
younger.
lunch lady at one
I bet that experience was quite belittling. Belindling.
Oh, that's a good one. I see your co-workers are better. You're not making glue out of her, are you?
Oh, yes, she's so impressive. Look at me. I creep through the night. Every night, a creepy fright. It's easy.
I don't... Do
Make
you want to
do
come
another
in?
rime then. If it's so easy.
Okay,
This
all
a rap that has been
Walking
begun?
in circles
What a
and
rhyme.
Eating peanuts. Well, fuck off, okay?
Yeah.
I could have got it if I wasn't put
That
on the
was
spot.
really bad. Good job.
Horsemaster, take 1 emotional damage.
Oh, witch's cackle
we're going to
reverberates
the
through the
sound.
entire
Yeah, Mother
area
Sari.
of the map.
Mother Sari, gain 1 experience point.
How do I
How I
even
wanted to
mark
cough.
this?
You've got health on
Only
the
be
should be in the
annoying.
bottom middle, and you've got current, and you've got maximum there.
God damn.
Hey,
I'm being hurt from this.
Yeah, your morale, emotional damage. It's got the
or it's a slightly arresting. It's a songbird.
It looks like it's starting to rain. Will you come in? I guess if you're friends with Horsemaster, even if you've got a frog with frisky fingers fingering my door, I suppose you
it
can
was
all
my
come
fist,
in.
not
No
my
one's
fingers.
fingering no one in the school.
It
Let's
was
go
my
on.
fist, not my fingers. I was fisting the door.
Oh,
Not
well,
since 2018.
you go. Well, let's
With my fingers.
come
the
with
door, with my
me.
fingers,
I've
the
got
door.
many things to do. I'll take you to the headmaster. He's sitting on his dais in the main hall.
Can I get a talent plus genius roll from everybody? And then when you tell me the result, as you are taken into the doorway.
One hit.
What from -2 to +2 am I rolling on my dirt/underground/filth spectrum?
Oh, I think that this is you get a +1 because it's filthy and horrible in here. What did you get?
I got 3 hits.
3 hits.
I got 1.
1.
No hits. I've only got 2 dice here.
Okay.
3 hits.
All right. You got 3 hits as well?
I got 3 hits.
All right. So as Gretchina walks you through the entranceway and down a long hallway toward a center room in the center of this big manor, you pass by many doors and other hallways crisscrossing it, but it's a straight shot from the main door to this central, hall. You pass by many old worn pieces of furniture that look like they haven't been cleaned in some time. Knickknacks on them have been knocked on the ground and broken and not bothered to be repaired. Many of the paintings lay slightly crooked on their sides. All of this is just a very dreary and depressing sight. You hear not the pitter-patter of children or the laughter of children or even the screaming of children. None of those good sounds come and embrace you. You hear only maybe off into the distance the slightest little bit of where I used to have all these children. Oh, there it is, of coughing. Off in the distance, but nothing else. However, Seymour, Molty, and Mother Sari, you also witness a blonde child with a swoop of hair eyeing you from the hallway. They eye you there and they look at you cautiously, dip back into the shadows, and then they seem to have rushed off ahead to take another look at you as you go through as you pass by another hallway, and then they're gone.
I noticed that Mother Sari also sees the kid. I say we got a little bastard.
Dastard dashing through the hallways. What is it new? Can I use any correspondence magic to discern this child's expression?
You want to attempt to commune with the child?
I want to see if I can read from observing the child anything that is going on with it.
Okay, I will give genius plus magic, but I'm going to give you a -4 on this test because it is you only saw the child for an instant, and it looked like they did not want to be seen. You only barely got a glimpse of them. So take -4 dice.
+1.
I gotta be honest, this place gives me the willies, and I ruffle my feathers.
Give me a pride ×2 roll.
All right.
What did you get?
1
You find that. Well, first off, can you also give me a drain roll? It should be under with a target of 2. That should be under pride. I think it's pride plus genius. Can you give me that roll as well?
I got no hits on my pride roll.
On your pride roll, take 1 emotional damage for being spooked out by the
It
kid.
makes me feel uncomfortable.
And Mother Sari, give me the. How many hits?
I got 1 hit.
Okay, so Mother Sari, you attempt to reach out and correspond with the child, but you find that it's difficult. The only thing you reach is something that feels far too complex and difficult to communicate. It seems like a child that's lived a lot of experience. Take 1 emotional damage as you attempt to concentrate and cast the spell. Gretchina brings you into the center hallway. When you step inside, you see this wide room with a big skylight that shines the last trickles of day into this wide space. In the center is a dais on which Headmaster Pony Inhospitable, perhaps the most wretched-looking man you've ever seen in your life, sits behind a desk. The desk. What's going on with all my screens? They're all not working. Okay. The desk is sits slightly raised so that the headmaster, leaned over, drinking some kind of black substance, can look around and keep an eye on all the children in the room. There's maybe a dozen in here, all of them separated, each at a separate table or sitting at a separate stack of books, quietly reading or playing with some discarded objects off in the corners. They all are being quite quiet. They look at you with only furtive glances. Multi and Mother Sari, you do not see the blonde-haired swoop child among them. Pony...
I'd like to mention to Multi that, where's that child among them?
He ain't among us.
Boom, boom, boom.
Gretchen, I said I wanted no one coming in while we're in such a wretched state. I've been drinking. Oh,
Why, old pony boy, you
Horse
won't
master.
make an exception for me.
He snorts and shoots something out of the hole in the center of his face where his nose should be onto the table and then rubs it off with a bare hand, steps off the dais, runs forward and sticks the same hand out for a handshake.
It is wonderful to see you.
Wonderful to see you too. He sniffs and licks the hand and says,
Oh, God.
always good to see another blood brother.
Of course, pardon me.
the lump in your underneath your cloak jostles slightly at the statement.
If you don't pipe down, I'll leave you back here where I stole you from.
I would actually take her in an instant if you'd like to. We're down to only a dozen children. It's a terrible time here. All of these look too old for... Except, is this a drop-off? Are you dropping this one off?
No, I have parents. Thank you very much.
How unfortunate.
It's very fortunate, thank you. I would never live here.
What about you? I can never tell a bird's age.
All right. No, I'm a little too old for you, pal. Don't worry about it.
Well, and the rest of you are far too old for me. But I need new orphans.
Unfortunately, sister is very well trained by now, with the exception of her her outburst just now.
I'm being outdone by the Tindertown wretches and the child catchers of the route. No one comes to Inhospitable House for Children anymore, ever since they've all been going missing, about one a week. It's a nightmare. I have to sit at this dais all day drinking to keep an eye on all of them. And I don't let them talk, and I don't let them
Kids
speak.
are going missing?
Yes, they're going missing, and I
that
think
why
it's a
we're
conspiracy to hurt me. Yes, of course. The trouble with children is that they keep going missing.
I
Oh.
want to say it wasn't me. You know I take, one every month or two, It's,
Well, then you pay good money for them.
Now,
This all seems very... Something's off about this.
Well,
whole-
who's going to take care of the orphans of the city?
Well,
If
I
not
don't-
for the glue baron and putting them to work in the factory, it's up to every individual to make their own life in this universe. Don't you know?
Correct.
Isn't that right, children?
None of them talk.
He goes, that's right, no talking. See how well I've trained them? Only a dozen left. I can't part with them. But I'd take this one again if you... Wait, you have
I
parents.
have parents.
You have
Sick.
parents. You have
It
parents.
just seems sick.
Yes, certainly our being here is a ruse. You're clearly eating the children or some other sinister activity.
Eating children?
Yeah,
I'm
you
a
stuffed them
vegetarian, thank you.
How
Do
did
you put
your
them in the
wretched
hole in the
face get
middle
in
of
such
your
a state?
face?
How did my nose do this? It was a fashion thing. I'm just older than
That's
you.
where he eats the children from.
I don't eat
I-
them.
He puts them in
For
there.
once, I agree
It's
with
like
the
a
frog.
frog.
I don't eat them.
Certainly are.
Look, I don't have a nose. I can't even sniff the children, so why would I eat them?
Well,
Folks, of-
because
of this
clearly
we
you're an
agree.
evil-looking man.
Of this pony boy and I agree. A child is meant to be bashed, not hurt. Right? So you can't just kill them, or else you can't have them around for the bashing and the thrashing.
Do you think I would have an office? You think I even would have a domicile if the children were to all be eaten? There's no business in wait, you have a steak house. You don't eat the steak. You give the steak to other people to eat because they pay you.
The children are going missing because you're letting them being eaten.
If somebody pays good money, they could be eaten.
sold.
Look,
Oh
all I am
my
saying, perhaps cannibalism is not the end here, but clearly, look, I believe one thing, and it is that
the outer beauty reflects the inner beauty. So clearly your soul is rotten and you are at fault for the children.
I'll have all of you know that how much that I'm paying for this little operation, and if I leave a bad Yelp review, you're not going to get much payment. I'll call up the New Haverlock Bugle, and I'll
You
call
can
up.
yelp
I'll call
in the
it.
streets all you'd like your negative reviews.
All right, I got no
lawsuits have
problem
not
threatening-
taken us down thus far. We are untouchable.
The Nathaniel
operate
Yelp
between
will
the
hear of
laws.
this if your payment determines on
Yeah,
how
we
much
were-
I want to pay.
Yeah, we
so
were
why don't
told
you
we
stop
could do
saying mean
whatever
things
we
about
want.
me?
Yeah, I'm not gonna take much more of this. I'm gonna advance on him.
You advance on me. He takes a step back. Grachina, this bird is looking rather dangerous.
So you calm down, you tell us what we need to do, and you shut your mouth.
He snorts a little bit out of his nose hole, and he goes, and then
Yeah.
he twiddles his little fingers together and
Are we
puts
gonna
his
have a
head
problem?
down, and he looks up at you like this. He goes, "No, we're not going to have a problem."
That's right. Now go on.
He goes back up to his
Grachina.
desk.
Everything's all right over here. We're just getting a little buddy. It's okay.
Grachina had a hand in her tool belt, but nods.
Yeah, and I got a finger on something else, but we don't have to take it that far. Let's all calm
Pony.
down.
This man's heart is black as pitch, and I won't have anyone disrespecting him. I've got weapons too. I'll bash your little beak
I
with
was
my
given a
hammer.
gun
Ooh,
today.
Everyone's so
yeah,
impressed.
we're gonna make a whole scene in the orphanage, huh?
And she's gonna rhyme, make a big scene, orphanage scream.
May
That
I-
didn't rhyme.
Yum yum ice cream, whatever.
That didn't rhyme.
May I ask a question laden with magical correspondence to both Grachina and Pony?
Yes. What do you want to ask?
I'm using my correspondence magic, all right?
Yeah.
Probe. What is age?
What is H? Can you give me a magic plus genius roll once again? Take your +1 for it being a dank and dirty place, as you are a dirt witch.
What is age?
As you do that, taking his defeat against Molty, but his slight success or defense from Horsemaster, Pony clambers back on his dais, not gracefully, gets back up on his seat and takes a drink of his black alcohol, a little bit in the mouth and a little bit up the nose. Hole. 3 successes. And can you give me also a drain resist roll as well? The target is 1. As he takes the black liquid down the nose, it clears out the sinuses. It's like wasabi.
Do you even
It's,
have sinuses?
Yeah, you can look right at them.
Sounds like a humane problem.
Is it pride
It's genius plus pride.
Okay, that's it.
And then we'll see what your results are.
And do I take the +1 or not?
Yeah, take the +1 as well.
Okay.
And we're just looking for 1 success. You got it. All right, so you ask the question to both of them. You feel a slight, as the energy... you feel a wave of energy leave you, enter them, and come back. It does you no harm. Both Grachina and Pony have no answer for you, either on their conscious upper mind or their lower undermind, I guess.
I want to gather my teammates.
Speak with Michael.
Oh, you want to gather your...
Microphone.
So you all...
My apologies, Michael.
So you all gather back together. Mother Sari calls you over. But Headmaster Inhospitable, who is just like, I thought I was supposed to tell you what's up, but you all get into a little huddle.
Momentarily, sir.
All right. I could be included, too.
You sit over there. You sit over there and you think about what.
I've got children to watch, so I don't care at all.
Listen here, listen here. Recall the H which we saw appear? It means nothing to Grachina or Pony Boy in their conscious or unconscious mind. The person, the one who takes the children away, may not be these two, I dare say. It's all I know at this point in the mystery. The rest, as we say, is women's history.
Well, that proves it, folks. My good friend here is not in trouble, and you owe him an apology, which I would like to
I
hear
don't have to owe him
directly.
anything.
Oh, an apology. I
I'm ready to
love
hear it.
those.
There's nothing that makes me feel like you're more of a sick.
Now, Mortimer, go right up to his ear and whisper it to him. Be a good boy.
I go to his ear and I say, "There's nothing that I find more disgusting on this earth than people that treat children that way. You watch yourself, pal."
Horsemaster, your friend's being mean to me.
I think that was quite respectful.
Well, okay, I guess
He
agree
told
to
you
disagree.
that he recognized that you mistreat the children. I mean, all these things you should be quite proud of, Pony Boy.
So the kids are going missing every week?
Yes, every week.
When did this start?
Oh, 4 or 5 months ago. At first, 1 or 2 go missing. You think they escape, they run away. It's the cost of doing business. But when it's every week, and when you even take an effort to stop them from conspiring, at first I thought it was a conspiracy, a child conspiracy. The trouble with children is they're always conspiring. But I don't let them talk. They're all in separate rooms. I don't let them speak at recess or while eating food or anything like that. And yet they still go missing. In the dead of night.
I know they're not eating each other. That's for certain. They couldn't pierce the skin anymore.
No, look at them all. They all look fit as a fiddle. If they were eating each other, they'd be far more plump and.
I mean, I was getting at most of them don't have teeth either.
Well, yes, that's of course true. The first infraction, the sign of disease, you pull out them teeths.
From the root, you take the toot.
Yes,
Okay,
exactly.
so 4 or
exactly.
5 months ago, and it's just you, or is it other orphanages?
No, it's just us. As I was saying, the child catchers of the root and the Tindertown child barons are making out with a pig fortune. Well, I'm over here with only a small rat fortune.
So
as
do
a
you get
result.
along with the people, the other orphanage owners?
Well,
Are
of
you
course
friends?
not. We send each other every year's end. We send each other traps and attempt to, murder one another. It's all in good fun. How do you think I lost this nose? It was a fashion thing, but I had to do it because of an
I see.
incident.
Well, that was a very unfortunate choice for you. But okay, so you guys don't get along. It's been
No.
4 or 5 months. Did something happen between any of you 4 or 5 months ago?
Not that I can remember. No, I was pulling the children's teeth out as normal, and then I don't know. One of 2 went missing. It's not a big deal. It's
No,
cost
I
of
don't
doing
mean with
business.
the kids. I mean with the orphanage owners. It was.
I
a
don't
fight.
speak to them. I don't
Didn't
speak to them.
at all. Nothing happened.
We send each other traps and booby traps at year's end, but other than that, I have spies go and watch them, but I'm out of money to send spies. It's me and Grachina having to watch all these kids, which I guess is manageable when it's only 12.
Now, have there been any suspicious goings-on around when these children go missing? Does it happen at a specific time of day? Is there perhaps...
Evening, night.
Evening, night. Is
I'm
there
staying up all
a
hours.
noise, a scream that goes along with the missing?
Nothing. We lock them in their rooms, and in the morning, their doors are still locked. We
And
bar the
no-
windows.
No blood inside?
No blood.
Which was
None.
the last one
No
that
blood.
went
Okay.
missing?
Tommy.
Tommy.
Old Thomas went missing. Old
Oh,
reliable.
Thomas, how old was Thomas?
Old reliable Thomas.
Old 3 years old.
No. A ripe,
9 or 10
a
at
ripe
least.
old age of 16. Unwanted, unneeded. I was getting him strong. Once they're that age, it's about strong labor.
Okay.
And he went missing. He was loyal, too. He loved me. He
No
called
noise
me
in the night?
headmaster. What?
No,
Don't
noise
they
in
all
the
call
night
you
at all?
headmaster?
You'd be surprised the names these children can come up with.
Okay.
Even when they're not allowed to speak, they find ways to call you things like Fanny and other horrible, wretched names.
That does sound wretched.
It is pretty wretched.
Can you show us where he was staying?
Yes, are these upper floors, lower floors?
Is it always the same room? Is it
No,
the same floor?
I keep them all separated in different rooms. We used to have 4 to a room, and now it's practically a
Does-
luxurious
does-
singles. All the dingles, they're all the doubles have become dingles, and the children are all just hanging out like in
anyone
their own
else
big
have-
rooms.
Does anyone else have access?
Well, just me and Grachina here, but
Do you
Grachina's
have any
not.
former employees?
I had dozens back in the day when this place was full of crying,
Do any of them
screaming
particularly hate you?
Well, I'm sure they all hate me to some degree because I fired them.
And
Okay.
also
You think
because
getting
your
into
face is
Scooby-Doo or
incredibly
something.
difficult to look at. I
That
imagine most
too.
people
That
hate
is a good point. Your
That's
face is
true.
really hard
It's
to look
true.
at.
Ever since that,
I in
the
fact
children.
hate you just based on that.
that's. I understand. I
think
accept
that's
this.
fair.
But to abduct the children, these people who hate his appearance would have to risk seeing him all over again. So,
Not really. They could just take the kids. They don't have to see him.
Look, all I'm saying is if anybody knows about child abduction, I think Horsemasters are
Look,
best
here's the
bet.
thing, though. They wouldn't take the children. They don't have the infrastructure. It takes a lot of infrastructure and goodwill and contact making. You know, do you think he and I are good friends just because we live across the street from one another? That's
Oh,
part
I
of it.
don't
but
know if you're good friends. I just
He's my
feel
best.
as
Okay,
though
first off,
Horsemasters
with a-
seems as though somebody
with
who
the
knows
best
about
of
stealing
friends.
children.
Yeah.
Why would I walk in and steal them when
I
I could just
don't.
walk
I
in
am
and
not
buy
saying
one
you
from
are.
him? I do it all the time.
Simple-minded creatures. I am not saying that you are stealing
The
his
bird is-
children.
the bird
I
is
am
called-
saying
attempt to
that you
interrupt.
are in the mind of a child
my
stealer.
feathers up.
The bird is
He's
speaking.
laying
Look,
an egg.
To me, it sounds like. There's all kind. Doesn't sound like there was much of a physical struggle. It doesn't sound like there was any kind of tampering with the door at all. It sounds like there's something going on a little beyond the naked eye can see. And for that reason, I think we gotta bring this old lady into the room, see if we can rustle up a little bit of a spiritual something to give ourselves a little bit of alleviate.
Magic children
Give yourself an
disappear.
experience point.
Do we know if they are here? Give yourself an experience point,
Gretchina,
and upon your head it will anoint.
Gretchina, take them up to Thomas's old room. I will continue to watch the children down here. No talking, children. Doing very well. And he goes back to drinking. Gretchina snaps the pliers she was holding back into place again and goes,
All right, follow me. We've got to go up 2 sets of stairs on opposite sides of the manor so as to make it more difficult for the children to navigate.
Why?
Because we don't want them moving out at their own reconnaissance. What's the word? Reconnaissance?
I think it's reconnaissance.
You don't want them to just move
Listen, the whole, yeah,
around the
He
place?
just explained to you. It's to make it more inconvenient.
Yes,
Yeah,
to be fair,
why?
the home is
Right.
billed as inhospitable, and to give them credit, that does seem
I
like
guess
an
that's a
inhospitable
fair
move.
point.
It's good branding.
It's not,
We know what
you
we're
know,
doing over
I
here.
false
certainly do not feel
advertising.
any sort of
Seems
hospitality
horrible.
from this place.
If there's one
Let's
thing
go
you
see the
can't
room.
do
Let's
to
go
a
see the
child,
room.
Let's go
it's
look at this
convenience
room.
them.
Gretchina walks you through the hallway. Walks you through the hallways, up one set of stairs, then back across, up to another flight of stairs, up to the top floor, to a corner room. All of the doors you've passed are more or less identical up to this point. Thick, heavy wood with bolts on the outside and bars covering the small peeping window, which is too high for even most of the younger children to see through. When you go through the room that was Thomas's, you see a large corner room that might have at one point been a majestic office for some business before the inhospitable home became an inhospitable home. There is a bed in the corner. It looks uncomfortable on a ornate frame, but just a paper thin mattress, a couple of blankets covered in dust. And other than that, you've got a bedpan, a desk that looks like it's never been used, no chairs, no just the creaky floorboards underfoot. Give me a talent plus genius to just inspect the general
Wait, are there windows?
vibe of it. Yeah, there are 3 windows. All of them have heavy iron bars on them.
I got
one hit.
genius.
Got one hit.
Talent plus genius, yeah.
Whoa,
One.
4.
4.
No hits.
No, once again,
Once again.
Horsemaster,
I
no
did
hits.
manage to get a hit on 3 dice, so
2
Lindsay
hits,
is
Mother
doing
Sorry?
pretty good.
All of you basically notice what I just said. You, Egbert, notice that the bars are strong. They're solid. You shake them, and they don't seem to give even a little bit. There's no cracks or holes in any of the walls. The floorboards are creaky, heavy, but they aren't. They don't look like they've been pried up. Anything like that. The bolt on the outside of the door looks strong and solid. It looks like it would be. It looks like a room that maybe somebody could break out of if they tried hard enough, but not without leaving a trace.
Is there some kind of lock on the door that could perhaps be tampered with magically?
Gretchina looks at you and says,
Where are the children supposed to learn magic?
Well, I'm not saying that the children are necessarily escaping. If somebody is taking them, perhaps magic could provide a way to open this door without leaving a
The
physical
wizards
trace.
and witches of this town are wasting their time on a bunch of orphan children who are miserable. What bad company would that be?
The answer, though, is absolutely. There's nothing that you can, at least on initial observation, see that would stop magic
I'm
from.
thinking back to the lights that got blown out by
Oh
the
yeah,
chaos mage,
all those days ago. There are no joy lights here. No lights of any kind. Just guttering candles.
It's clear to me there are only two solutions. One, a paper-thin specter of some kind crept into the door. Or two, maybe some of these bricks are movable and there's some big salamander-like creature living in a basement, which I don't even know if it exists. But basically, I'm calling it...
Chamber of Secrets.
I solved it. It's
A
called...
salamander.
Blustering old fella with
I
the
remember
creature
you
under
were
his
always a
cloak.
creative one.
Name one case I haven't solved, newbie.
I don't know anything
All of
about
them.
you, but
Literally
I
all
don't
of
think
them.
that you're capable of
Just
much.
because you've been here, don't...
All of them. Never solved a single one.
So have you seen the room
mystery
enough?
expert over here on who solved what.
I've got to feed the children
Well,
their
this
dinner.
guy's
Why
never
don't you
solved
leave us,
anything.
Cortina? We have some hunter business to tend to in this room.
All right, just don't go wandering off too much. You can get lost in here.
Can I like meditate in it without using magic and drain to like just like sense it?
There's a lot of dust. You know, a layer
Yeah,
of dirt.
like-
that she
I
could
think that
perhaps
would
use
have been
as a
your
sense of-
perception test. I think
Okay,
you'll have to
that makes
use
sense.
patterns or correspondence if you want to do so. But you can take like a moment to actually like sit and do it. I'll give you a bonus to the drain check if you want.
Okay, I'll do that.
If you want to do it. Which one are you going to use?
I'm going to do patterns.
And you
Or
basically
no.
just a vibe check.
Yeah, well, like to see if there's anything that looks like it's been broken into or anything like that.
Oh, okay. So you're checking like magically or more like physically?
Both.
Okay. All right. So give me
Or
a.
anything that looks like, or if there's any like secret notes written under there. I guess that's correspondence.
I think patterns is fine
Okay.
for this. Give me a genius plus magic. Don't take your +1 as you are on the 3rd floor now. It is grim and
Understood.
danky here, but it is also up high.
Thank you.
Danky.
I had to really resist making a joke about finding a funny note in the room because I've been playing too much Elder.
Oh my.
I whistle at Egbert.
That's 3 suck.
You know,
Give me drain.
for a kid that don't like mysteries, you certainly ask a lot of questions.
Well, okay, I don't like mysteries. It's just my day job. God.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I've
Yeah.
just been
How
doing
old are
this.
you? You're 14?
I'm 14 years
You ever
old.
read those books about the little mysteries?
Oh.
No, I never.
Oh, as he
You'd
read
be
the
the right
books?
age for them, you sure?
No, I've never read those books. They're
They were
stupid
pretty
and they're
popular.
lame.
They had so many of them.
Boring people read mystery books. I never read a
A
mystery
younger
book in my
you
life.
is still you on the planar cycle in the large pattern. You may hold hands with your younger self one day, and you'll say, "I understand."
This is
why you
stupid.
love
I'm
that book."
leaving.
You,
To answer
you
your
stomp
question,
away.
I
loves the
stop
books.
away and I look outside for clues.
Take an emotional damage.
No.
Such a knife?
So
Pain point, perhaps. A pain body. I touch their pain body, which is smaller than their regular body, which is quite tall.
so
Very sad, actually.
as you're sitting there,
Everything you say, I don't understand it.
the arguing of your compatriots around you as you sit in the dusty room and contemplate, and what you envision is a conversation a week or so ago. You get no details, just hazy images of 2 children conversing pleasantly in the room a week and a half ago before both of them left.
About a week ago.
And that's all. Just hazy reflections, hazy ideas.
2 happy children a week and a half ago. Here they sat, the jacks they would throw. They talked
jacks.
quietly to not to wake the headmaster. But little did they know that their fate would be like that of a film by Ari Aster. Very scary.
Very good.
2 kids. You said there was 2.
Two
thought
children
we only allowed
speaking,
one
two
kid in
children
here.
Now
playing.
we at least know that this ridiculous headmaster's efforts at keeping the children apart
It ain't
are
working.
no match for the wiles of children themselves.
That's the
It's
problem
quite
with
sorrowing to find
It's
this
that
out.
they are a huge problem.
As
Their
we
youth
proceed,
is admirable, though. I will
please,
say
uh,
that. I do enjoy it.
please keep your eyes open for lizard footprints in the dust here. And if you do find it and kill it, please do not harm its joints and ligaments. I want to use them for a fine glue.
You're looking for
Now,
lizards.
If we follow
I
lizard
already said
footprints,
there's some sort of salamander creature.
Right. Jeez. I wasn't following.
Yeah, but I
Already
solved
said
it.
it.
I solved it. Maybe follow the solution.
Never solved anything.
So where do you go from here?
I think perhaps we should have a look around the rest of this place to see if any other clues have not been.
So while the
Told
children,
to
while
us.
Gracina's making dinner and Headmaster is watching the center hall, how do you want to do it? Do you want to split up and go just walk around and check everything out?
Perhaps we should stick together if the horrible woman's advice is to be believed. But this
Okay.
place can get us lost.
All right.
Perhaps
Well,
we
I'm
should
already
go.
outside.
We should go outside and meet Egbert so that the child doesn't
How did you go
feel
outside? You like
abandoned.
stormed all the way down?
Back, yes.
Yeah.
Inconvenient, all the way.
You
Oh,
were a child
did.
alone in this kind of
so when you
place
yelled,
seems
"I
an
like
awful
Jax,"
idea.
you were like, you were
Yes, we
outside
should
and
get
you
the
like
bag.
yelled.
Yeah,
at
I
it.
did.
Child
So
needs to
what?
have some kind of guardian.
I was wondering why it was so quiet, and I was enjoying the peace and did not realize that, yes, we should perhaps not leave an unattended child because, it's long.
Not a child, I'm a teenager.
Well, you're outside looking for
You have
clues
the smack of youth about
outside.
you.
Looking for clues
Are you actually looking
outside.
for clues, or are you just trying to feel better?
Both.
Okay, give me a talent plus genius.
3 hits.
You do unearth a rock with a bunch of small lizards underneath it,
Wow, that's sick.
but you don't find any other real clues. You don't really
Sorted
feel
it.
much better, but you don't feel worse when everybody comes back and finds you. The rain is starting to come down slowly as an old lady, a four-legged horrible man, a bird person, and a beautiful salesperson walk out of the building and approach you in the starting rain.
I didn't find any clues, but I found these lizards.
I'll be taking
Okay, sure, take them. You can have them, I guess.
Definitely
feeling
don't
a
give
little
that to Horsemaster. I fear his sinister
Well,
plans
don't
are
eat them.
too dark even for the kind of these.
If you don't use them, just twist their necks and then throw their bodies over the wall of my factory.
Oh, and it's raining. This is gonna ruin the ride home.
You're going home already.
No, I mean, well, I guess you human folk don't have to think about that kind of thing. The rain.
Yes, we
makes
ride
the
in cars
flying
like
horrible.
carriages, like dignified beings. You
Well,
go
it
by the
takes you
power
3
of your
hours to
own
get-
body. I thought you were an entrepreneur. Surely you could afford to pay somebody
Look,
to
I can
transport
afford
you
anything
around.
I want. I just want to spend as least time around humane as possible.
Yes,
Sorry
a
to say.
private carriage.
Wow,
I
a
like the rain.
racist. Great.
I am what I am.
Technically, it would be reverse racism, I believe.
Boy.
So what do you do now?
I'm calling it regular.
You gonna you go inside? What do you do?
Yes, this
Well,
is
you're
practically
outside.
My
you
second
found the
home.
child.
Let's
Come,
go back
child.
inside and search more rooms. We need your mystery skill. It's true. I saw a vision of 2 children speaking, but what its significance I still be thinking. I need your help to find more clues. Mr. Policeman, we're all gumshoes.
Okay,
know a
I'm
thing or two
starting
about
to
mystery.
like some of these.
All right, can I get a talent plus genius from everybody? And then hold up your fingers with how many successes you got, because we're going to add them all together and then divide by 5.
1.
One with a glitch?
Oh, you okay? So all right. So that's 4 total rolls.
We're doing great.
And a glitch divided by 5. That's less than 1 success and plus 1 glitch. I will say you all walk around while Gracina makes supper and Headmaster then watches them eat supper, looking around the offices, and you manage to discover nothing. But I'm going to ask you why. You get nothing done. You feel as if you haven't searched the whole place, despite it being an hour or two. What's the problem? Who's causing the problem?
The children are causing the problem. It's always the children.
The children are all eating their supper. Headmaster,
the
what
kids
is
are
it that you
doing
keep doing?
anything.
Regaling
Well,
about the
first
old
off,
days?
I'll tell you this. If it's a creature about, They really have been covering their tracks well. I've seen no claw marks, footprints, toe draggings.
Tail whips.
This may be a wily lizard, a creature. So I'm leaning on Instructor. Pay with the Instructor.
If Mother Sari saw children talking, why are we talking to the kids?
That's a good
We
question.
should talk to the children.
Yes,
That's a good
and
question.
certainly
You're
should
all
never speak.
scary. Go away.
But we need to talk to them without the presence of the adults in charge, or else we'll
folks.
not learn anything.
Oh,
Yeah,
boy.
Gretchen, you have to
Beauregard.
approach
I
them
think
with
it's
a
time for
kind
me
heart.
to
They might
use-
like you as another kid.
I'm not a kid. I'm a teenager.
They might look to you
Trust
as
me,
some
trust
kind
me.
of
There's
a-
no one better suited to talk to children than me. And in fact, it might be
Egg-
time
No,
for
you
me
need to leave.
turn on one
As
of
a
my
matter of fact,
uniquely
you're done for
charming
the day.
traits.
Younger than the last kid to disappear.
It's time
Egbert,
for
I
them
think, is
all.
most relatable, and this should not
I
be a
think
fact
it's
debatable.
time for them all to meet the happiness man.
What are the age ranges of the kids?
They're as young as 5 and as old as 13.
All right,
Oh,
everyone
okay.
older
Fit
than
right
12,
in.
you take them.
No, you get out.
All right, so you've all spent a while looking up for this salamander situation, having found a couple of lizards outside. You
Wait,
waste
can I
2
get the
hours
lizards
finding
back?
nothing.
Why? Just wondering.
Kids like lizards.
Oh yes, and also I think that the two of you should do some kind of good cop bad cop routine to
I
see.
don't think he should be.
Yes.
Well, I
Good
think he
cop,
has
sure.
stats that kick in when he's around children.
Let's
You
keep
know
it
this
going.
as a witch. You can
I know
just
I can sense this
divine-
as a witch.
Okay, so how about this? You two are going to go do good cop, bad cop, while the 3 of you maybe do another round of searching the
Well,
the
I
I
premises.
think there's more
Shan't
magical
we-
things we haven't seen in
and we
these rooms. We should
Perhaps
maybe.
should distract the adults so that
Oh.
they
Yes.
can
Why
get
don't we have?
access to
How
these
about
children.
this? We have them show us the other rooms where the kids were disappeared from. See what we see in there. Maybe
Yes.
there's a repeat astral child presence that ties all of these cases together.
Oh, a ghost child.
That's
This is
what I'm
this is an
thinking. There might be
interesting.
some kind of a haunting.
So you
going on.
enter back into the main hall where the children are all eating what appears to be chili, each sitting far enough apart that they can't speak even through their gulps, while the headmaster is also eating a bowl of what appears to be chili, but a different color. And Grachina is also eating chili. They see you walk in, and Grachina says,
But you're still here. I thought you left and abandoned this quest.
No, we need to look at other rooms. Can
Well,
you
I
show
need-
them other rooms? You should show them other rooms right now so we can
I
leave
should.
sooner than later.
But
I
I'm-
know that you're eating, but
We
you can
need
like
to
do that
see it
later.
immediately,
But this
lest
is-
the
This is an
astral-
emergency. What if another kid leaves
It's
right
fine.
now?
okay, can I get charm times 2?
Oh, this is gonna be a really bad roll.
What's your charm?
1.
Okay, good.
Can I give Egbert some correspondence boost magically?
Yeah, sure, you could try.
Okay. What magic plus genius?
Magic plus genius.
And and can I get back my plus
You can
one?
take your +1 because you're on the first floor again.
Yeah. All right. I'm beaming communication skills towards Egbert. That is 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay, can you take a? Can you roll a drain for me now?
Yep.
Beaming into your head comes a good argument in the form of a rhyme.
2.
Will you say it?
Oh god.
But it's a really good argument.
How many successes did you get in your charm?
None.
No successes. All right, say a rhyme.
It's time for you to leave. So I believe.
All right, take
Get
it.
out of the room,
take
or I'll
this-
smack you with the broom.
So you, all right. So you, the second outburst through your emotional pain as you take 1 emotional damage from your first attempt
Oh no, I only have 1 emotional point left.
and then
Being a
you
teen is hard.
you shout that, and Grachina looks at you a little aback and says,
Well, no wonder you didn't let.
them speak. Also, you take 2 emotional damage from the effort of beaming the thought into Egbert's head and finding that Egbert has no propensity for rhyming, unfortunately.
no.
That shit hurted.
Grachina looks and says,
Well, I've got this bowl of chili, so I
Take
can't
it with
possibly
you. It's
show.
to go now.
do you want to make an attempt? Anyone else want to make an attempt?
Attempt to what? To
I
get
did-
her to
I did
Get
it,
her to
though.
go?
I
Yeah,
did
I'm
it,
gonna
though.
try and
Believe it?
convince her. I'll be like,
It was a
Why don't
"Come
we
on,
let the
successful
most
Gina."
charming amongst us handle these roles, perhaps?
I think we're all pretty charming.
I don't know about the frog.
All right,
man.
why don't we do a good
Frog
cop?
boy seemed to yell and upset the old woman.
She's looking at the rest of you and like eating her chili while staring at you.
I think we can make her an offer she can't refuse.
All right, make it.
All right, Gretchina. Come on with us. You want to solve this mystery just as much as we do. And the faster we get to it, the faster we can all let this horrid place be left behind us.
Can I get charm times 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, your spell was successful. It would have boosted, but I had to see what happened with the rhyme.
Got 2 hits.
You got 2 hits?
Yeah.
Gretchina looks you up and down, says, "Well, I suppose chili comes in a bowl, and you can carry it and eat it as you go." And
what
she
they
gets up
say.
and says, "Headmaster, you'll stay here with the children."
No, he has to leave too.
No,
We're gonna kick his ass.
Now. Why? What we need to continue our investigation with is for you and the headmaster to bring us around and show us. You say now, 1 child has been missing per week. That must be many
At
rooms.
least.
At least 1 a week. So that must be many different rooms. And we, of course, cannot navigate these inhospitable halls on our own. So why don't you take us around and the grandmother and I can sense these things in the rooms. The bird is here as well, and he plays an important role that is yet to be determined. And I think this would be
Am I
the best
smoking
course of action. Don't you agree?
Give me charm times 2. And
Yes,
we're
you
going to
can
say
smoke
that
in
this
here.
is you're making a
Blow it
strong
right into the
argument
children's faces.
as an unwellness merchant here.
Yeah, no, I got a...
No, well,
it's only
if you succeed.
Yeah,
I'm going to light up my
2
cigar.
hits.
2 hits. Headmaster goes, "Oh, right. Well, it's been a while, and I have an iron trap for a brain. I remember all the children went missing. And Gretchina carries the keys. And I suppose we only have 1 free hand each because we got these bowls of chili. So 2 hands if we both go. So it's 1 full person. All right, you make a strong argument." And they get up and they start leaving with you. You now, you get because you convinced Horsemaster of one thing, not Horsemaster, Pony of one thing, it's easier to convince him of anything else. You'll get +2 on all dice rolls to convince Pony to do things for the foreseeable future. Did you have something you wanted to say? I'm sorry, Multi.
Oh, I was wondering if I could smoke in here, but I got reassured by Horsemaster that yes, I can.
Oh, yeah, you could start. Half the kids smoke.
Right. Now I
To be
light up
honest,
my
I feel
cigar.
like there is very little that you could do in here that would upset anyone. It
So-
seems like a place where all actions are permissible. for
Who
better or for
knows?
worse.
I'm not going to test my limits, but we'll try and keep it as respectful
Go
as
ahead,
possible.
test your limits.
So with that being said, as Multi, Mother Sari, and Valencia go to inspect the rooms, having swindled Gretchina and Pony away from their quiet time of sitting and eating chili, and they must carry the chili with them like barbarians, Horsemaster and Egbert are preparing to do a little good cop, bad cop to see what's going on with these kids. But I'm going to give us all a little intermission to drink a little water and see what's going on with the dogs in the other room. We will be back in just a few minutes. In the meantime, please enjoy this lore story intermission. Thank you very much. We'll be back in just a little bit.
Welcome to the new Haverlock Hunters intermission. The live stream will resume shortly. In the meantime, please enjoy this treatise on the marrow iron by Elias Sabison. The frog people of Shelter Pond have been our amiable partners in trade since before the Imperial Kingship War, but their presence was not commonplace on the continent until 100 years or so ago. The continental Marrow-Iron population live in sheltered communes that dot the port cities of southern Augustrad, such as Lachton, Three Fingers, and Moat Rest. But the largest commune is undoubtedly in the Salt Pans district of New Haverlock, where they outnumber the district's humane population by at least 3 to 1. This imbalance has led to some rather dicey politics inside the Salt Pans, where the Marrow-Iron, who are known to vote often and in unison, have managed to repeatedly elect Grokrak Brown to represent the district. Immediately following his first election, Humanes brought suit against Brown for ignoring issues brought by the non-Merowine community and for being much less wealthy, and therefore less fit to serve, than many other humane traders who make their home in the Pans. Such suits have all failed, having been voted down by the same coalition of Merowine voters that put Brown into power in the first place. The grumbling persists, but the Humanes have all but accepted their situation. I can say with some certainty that anyone who has spent time with the frog people has noticed the peculiar bond they all share. Inside their densely packed communes, I have seen Merowine regard complete strangers with a fondness that would rival close family in any of the other known sapient species. When questioned about this strange ritual familiarity, the Merowine frequently stare at me, blinking one eye at a time, as if I were the absurd one for asking such a question. As such, neither I, nor my colleagues at the Academy, have ever made the acquaintance of a Merowine that does not live in close proximity to their kin, barring, of course, those that live at sea, or have been sentenced to a most severe punishment in their society, banishment. The source of the Merowine's unique bond is up for debate, with some scholars insisting that the Merowine are simply too stupid, or too blind, to tell the difference between siblings and strangers. I have a different hypothesis. I believe that the Merowine's strange familial structure is to blame. More about that later. Describing the shape of Merowine life is difficult. While the frog people might adopt certain fashions and participate in local government, there is a resistance to what any reasonable person would call genuine assimilation. But if I struggle to capture the whole of the Merowine, I can at least recall the common details of the communes that I've been to. The air is heavy and damp, yet so salty as to chap the lips and sting the eyes. Every surface inside or out is dark with wet and slimy to the touch. From what I understand, these brackish conditions keep the Merowine juicy and plump. The docks are either in view or just around the corner. Every home is an overly constructed tenement, with humorous additions sticking out in every direction. The Merowine sleep one to a room, but this includes the bathrooms, halls, and kitchens. The beds are most often troughs or tubs and the food is always protein. Merowine are fond of fish, mice, and eggs, especially if they're pickled. The family structure I alluded to previously is also rather peculiar. The role of each Merowine is defined by their age. When they are first born, the diminutive tads make humane infants look able-bodied and ferocious. But after 1 year the tads are able to move about on land, and after 2 years they look every bit a frog person in miniature. These froglings are considered fully grown and schooled by 7 years, at which point they will go on to receive specialized tutoring, or else be put to work on the docks. The choice depends on what the elders believe is best for each frogling and the commune as a whole. At 13 the Merowine are assigned brood mates. Breeding is unceremonious, with neither parent ever meeting their offspring. The fertilized eggs, like the tads and froglings, are looked over by the commune's elders. If the breeding process was fruitful, the same Merowine may be required to mate again every year until they turn 20. At 25 a Merowine is considered an elder. Their duties go from traditional labor to rearing and guiding the younger generations. This rigid system is what I believe gives Merowine their closeness. Each frog is raised by the community, and so they see the community as their family, full stop. A strange custom, to be sure, and one that severely inhibits the growth of individuality, but it is certainly not without merit. In my weaker moments, I sometimes find myself envying the efficiency and discipline of frog society. But then I remember the smell. The end. Thank you for your patience and attention. The live stream or another informational intermission video will begin shortly.
Oh my god, Egbert would be
Welcome back.
It's adorable.
What? No.
Oh, that's a good drawings. Wow.
That's a good draw.
Welcome back, everybody, to new Haverlock Hunters, a tabletop role-playing game where 5 misfits solve mysteries in a Victorian-esque post-fantasy city. We are currently solving the mystery of the trouble with children in the inhospitable home of the criminally unparented, where the 5 of us, Egbert, Horsemaster, Valencia, Mother Sari, and Multi, all have been investigating why children have been disappearing from the orphanage. At least one a week for the last 5 months. It's put Pony Inhospitable, that headmaster, into near bankruptcy, the poor chap. As we last left, the 2 of you, Egbert and Horsemaster, are about to play good cop, bad cop with a couple of orphans to see if they had any information, whilst Mother Sari, Valencia, and Multi had successfully lured Gretchina and Pony Inhospitable, the only 2 adults in the room, off to go and look at the other rooms to see if there are any clues left behind. This is as good a time as any to remind everybody this is the Wizardhole and School of Visual Arts BFA animation department coming together to put quality entertainment with faculty and alumni peeps.
David Rhodes loves it.
Hanging out in chat.
3 of us teach in the illustration and cartooning department.
Yes, so it's very nice of them
Shouts
to be
out.
reaching across, pow.
Reaching across the aisles of SVA.
And the Isles of New Haverlock, the city that we're all inside of. So without further ado, allow me to don my orphan image in the corner and switch to a more
criminally unparented.
ambient music. Let's see.
Don't get me started.
What old point never?
The children are finishing their chili at varying speeds, all sitting at different rooms. They look around to see Pony and Gretchina leave, and then they just start yammering like children do.
Wow, incredible. Hey!
Is the chili hot or cold?
Okay, well, you're with Pony and
I
Gretchina.
just want to know for lower reasons.
Oh, if the chili's hot. Oh, it's quite hot. Gretchina made it while you were looking for lizards upstairs.
I was afraid they were eating cold chili.
No, the chili looks good.
Okay.
I mean, if you're into that sort of thing.
I'm just not into chili.
I don't know. I'm not judging anybody
Well, I'm not
one way or
into
the
it,
other.
so I can't even
It
ask the
looks
question.
like-
No, well, you with
chili.
Pony and Gretchina who are one-handing their chili bowls.
I guess I can see the steam.
You can see
It's
the
actually
steam.
bean chowder. It's not chili.
You're right. It's a bean-based chowder.
Yeah, thank you.
Exactly. Not technically a chili.
Children, please.
Do you guys like lizards?
A bunch of them raise their hands.
Oh
like
my
really
god, hey,
fast.
you guys want to look at these lizards I found outside?
Oh my God! Take a charm times 2 plus 4 for all the lizards that you have. 1 for each lizard. You get a lizard.
Wait,
you
wait,
get a
what,
lizard.
what was it?
Charm times 2 plus 4,
Okay.
which
I
is
drew-
1 per lizard.
I drew 3 lizards earlier, so I think there's 3 lizards under the rock. because
One
I
of them
drew
maybe like fell broke in half, and now there's
two of
4.
them.
Yeah, it became 2.
I only got one hit.
Multiply.
You got
Tail
1
fell
hit.
off, and then it just grew back a new body.
Yeah, the children they're a little nervous. They raise their hands, but then they're too nervous to come and get it, afraid that this might be some trap of some kind. Perhaps you can put them at ease another way.
Well, I bring the
Sure,
lizards to
children,
them, and I show them the lizards.
They furtively take the lizards from your hand
Isn't
as
that cool? Aren't they slimy and fun?
they nod quietly.
Yeah, isn't that nice? Lizards.
Yes. Nod quietly. There'll be no more free and open speaking amongst all of you.
No,
for
there'll be
it's
plenty of
time
free and
for
open
you-
speaking. What do you guys like about the lizards?
I like that they're small.
Yeah, they are small, aren't they? What else do you like about them?
I like that they have 7 hands.
They do indeed have 7 hands. Isn't that
Lie to the
amazing?
children.
To hold 7 things.
I have 7 hands.
That's cool.
Okay, he did it.
That's really cool that you have 7 hands.
I did what?
Come here, child. Now, speak only when spoken to, or I'll dunk your face into the chili bowl. Now, pardon me, let me play a little good cop with you. Allow me to introduce all of you.
Okay.
Allow me to introduce all of you to myself. You can all refer to me as the Happiness Man.
That's horrible
For
in every
today,
way.
your direct happiness is in my hands.
This is
Can
horrible.
I get a charm plus 2?
Sure, and now that I'm the Happiness Man, I take a +2 of some kind, right?
Yeah, that's why you get charm times 2 plus 2.
Okay. That's a lot of
It's
dice.
like a lot of dice.
Charm times 2, well, that's 8. Plus 2, that's 10. 5 hits.
Oh my god. The children, having the ice been broken by the 7 hands of the dear lizard, they all look at you with rapt attention. You hear one child say to another, I think it's a clown. Another one say, I love clowns. As they all stare in rapt attention, one of them even poo-pooing Egbert and saying, get out of the way, I want a better look.
Oh my god, how did this happen?
So I was going to give you an emotional health back as a result of them being stoked about the lizards, but don't even bother because you're going to take a damage for how much Horsemaster has managed to, without lizards, charm them. They're all looking in rapt attention. One of them is mouthing, do a trick, do a trick.
Yes, what you all don't realize is that children love the happiness man. Now, children, you want to see a trick of some kind, right? I guarantee I can make this young one scream out in only an instant.
I want to see it.
What, me?
I want to see it.
No, not you.
No, he's talking about me. He's talking about me.
Yes,
Says
yes,
one of the
yes.
kids who stands up a little bit, then sits back down.
Come here, child. Give me your hand.
Am I allowed?
Of course.
Okay. Scuttling around as far as it can go around the desk before the chain around his leg stops him. The child steps close to you and holds out a hand.
All right, all of you. Pay very close attention. Let's play a little peekaboo. Now, as you will notice, this child is quiet as a church mouse. But let's see how quiet he remains when I dunk him elbow deep in the bowl of chili.
No!
The first
No!
trick of the night.
Oh!
Why did you do that? That was
the kid
really
comes
mean.
back up. Can I get a charm plus vigor as you charmingly dunk the child? Take a +2, of course. I think it's also 10
That's
dice.
10 again. 4 hits.
Your charming routine of dunking the child's head. The kid comes up screaming, laughing, clearly enjoying himself, wiping the chili off of his face, and then eating it with his hands noisily, and then sitting back at the chair, looking at all the other kids going, he picked me, smiling. The other kids are popping at the brim to be the next volunteer.
Now, children, I know none of you can resist the happiness man, but before we go on with any of these wonderful tricks, unfortunately, we have a few questions from the bad cop. Don't like them. They're bad.
I'm not a bad cop. I brought the lizards.
I like the lizards.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So,
Ask away, Frog Prince.
thanks. So, have you guys seen another child here that's like talks to you in your rooms?
Give me a charm ×2 +4 for how much the happiness man has warmed the children up.
I got 1 hit. Jesus fuck.
How many dice?
6.
All of the children look at each other, and then one of them, no, they say,
Are
but they all
you
look at each other
sure?
again. They don't say anything.
Now,
Well,
children.
no one will get in trouble. We're just trying to find the missing kids. We don't care about the headmaster guy.
Have you all noticed some of your missing friends around here?
I miss Thomas.
We all miss
When did Thomas go?
Thomas? They stop talking.
No. Speak freely just for this moment. You're in the embrace of the happiness man.
Give me charm ×2. No, just charm ×2. I would give you -2 to negate, because they're wary, but no, you're good. Just
3 hits.
3 hits. The one who dunked in the chili said, Thomas went away with Hamlin.
H for Hamlin.
Who's Hamlin?
I shouldn't have said that. And sits back down.
Well, we're not. We were just want to know where your friend went. We just want to make sure your friend is safe.
He's safe.
Oh, well, that's good. But where did he go?
Yes, tell me, child. This Hamlin. Is this
Hamlin?
maybe
Your mayonnaise friend.
Is this maybe a lizard of some kind, a paper-thin specter by chance?
Give me another
Yes.
charm. Charm ×2, this time -2.
1 hit.
The children don't answer. Do another trick.
God damn it.
Do another trick and then they'll answer more questions.
Okay. we have any volunteers?
A bunch of them raise their hands.
You, the smallest one in the back.
Oh, Despicable William. William.
Yeah, Despicable William.
William gets as close to you as they can before their chain goes taut, and then with their skinny little ankles, boy, do they just sliver out of the manacle and walk the rest of the way up to you.
Boy, you should be in your chains, naughty.
Oh, and goes
No.
back and puts his leg back in the chain and looks
Good,
bashfully.
That's good. Stay where you are. Now, what is an act of magic you'd all love to see?
Ooh, set fire to the headmaster.
Set fire to
That
the
is a good
headmaster.
trick. Let's do that one.
I hear what you're saying. I'm hearing set fire. Come here, Despicable William. Now, close your eyes or open them. I don't really mind. And I pull out a bit of glue here, and I'm going to douse the youngling's head in glue.
What are you
and-
doing?
Okay, folks. Who would like to see a trick? You've got matches, right?
No.
Children, does anyone
But I have a
have
lighter.
There we go, finally. So obtuse. Okay, light the child on fire.
No, I don't want to do that.
You're going to let the children down.
I don't think. I'm just like not very comfortable with lighting the child on
What
fire.
is this?
I
Gretchina
think
walks
you should
back
do
into
it.
the room.
Gretchina, get out of here.
What is this? What are you doing? The children are all hyped up on chili and excitement. And is this glue in their hair? No glue for you.
And she wipes the child's head down with some aggressive alcohol wipes, pushes the kid back to the corner,
And says, "This is the act of an ex of mine. I know the tricks of the happiness man. You should know better. You should
Made
know
you
better."
quite happy in your day, Gretchina.
Look at all the children now. They're possibly riddled with excitement. And is that a lizard in their hands? No
Yes.
lizards.
Why not? There's lizards everywhere.
I
There's
need
no
both
place.
of you to go back into the antechamber. I've got to put all the children, lock them in their rooms now that they've had their supper. It's dinner time, and the rest of your friends are off looking at floorboards or something. I've got a job to do, so get out of my way.
Well, I have a job to do too. I'm trying to find your missing children. So you should let us do our jobs.
Yes, you can. Just I need to put the children in.
Yes, Gretchina,
Well, we
you're
were
trying
talking
to get us out of the way so you can go have a rendezvous with Hamlin.
Who's Hamlin?
Maybe a new
Why would she
boyfriend
know
or
that?
something. I don't know.
Always inquisitive about.
Kids are
Am I the one that got
saying-
away, Horsemaster?
Trust me, very few people have got away from me.
With that, Gretchina starts tying the chains together to make a long rope of children.
Can you
And
not keep track of 12 kids? You gotta chain them up.
It's just protocol. You know how bureaucracies are.
Well, you're not. Oh, whatever.
And then she starts leading the children away, singing the children's song as they go.
Children, come, it's time for bed.
What's
Sit
the
your head
children's
upon the bed. Put your head upon the bed. There must be something else that rhymes with bed, she says as she wanders off. If only I was good at rhyming. Like the new fling of Horsemaster.
She hears a witch's cackle reverberate throughout the stony hall. Can I hear them talking, or like, did we follow Gretchina out or no?
I think you can be wherever you want to be.
I want to be there because I say H for Hamlin, H for Hamlin, and then I reach into the meta pattern of other planar spaces, and I say that across many planes there is a fairy tale, the Pied Piper of Hamlin, who pipes the children away like rats across the bridge. The town did him wrong. He was a merchant, and the town did him wrong. And in recompense, he took their younglings. He took their younglings across the bridge into the fridge.
Does that mean? Okay, so I guess
Is
the
that
kids
true?
aren't very safe, huh?
The kids are not. The kids are being lured by some kind of devil's music away from this place and promised a better rat space.
To be fair, I feel as though any space would be better than this one for a child.
I mean,
Where are you
that's
getting that
true.
information from?
Fairy tale lore of planar societies that only I can access because of my connection to the great deities.
I believe
Well,
her.
then
No
take
one's
that word
for it.
plainer than her.
It sounds like we got this mystery all wrapped up.
I don't think we do. We don't
Oh,
know where the
do
fuck
you?
he is.
We have to find the
Pony and-
Hamlin.
Well, we
Pony
gotta
in
find the
hospital
Hamlin. We got a
returns.
lead.
Yeah, where's
Yes,
the
what?
Hamlin?
Who's doing it? Care for a nightcap? It is fully dark now, and the children are away, so we can get out the good stuff.
Well, it's a good question. It's funny because I think we do need to talk to the children more. It seems like they know more about this Hamlin guy than anybody else does.
Well, if you want, you can stay. While the children are locked in their rooms, they can't talk to each other, but you can peer at them through the bars, and I dare say speak to them through the bars as well. You're welcome to stay as long as you want. It gets lonely here now that all the rest of my employees, my best friends, had to be fired.
Yes. That is a shame.
I will gladly stay in one of the nicer rooms, as long as everyone else gets a worse one.
There are no nice rooms here.
Oh, don't say that. There are plenty of nice rooms. Did you see Thomas's old room?
Yeah, it had bars and it was dark.
Yeah, but it was big, spacious. I dare say bigger than whatever hovel you live in.
That's not true.
I live in a hovel.
Is it
Yeah, I
bigger
don't
than
live
your
in a
hovel?
Yes.
Yeah, see, exactly. Pretty good if you value space.
I don't really need space.
Well, then you probably, and I don't see eye
assume
to eye on
that
this
people
one.
value space, or thou shalt fall upon thy face.
I'm just saying, it by my metric, I have a nice house. Anyway,
That's okay.
a nightcap. I've got some
honk shoe.
fire whiskey that's been tweaked with just the littlest bit of joy and a hefty dose of rosemary terror syrup.
Certainly, we shall have a nightcap. Perhaps some alcohol will prove forthcoming in getting some answers.
Yes, and then after you're toasted, you can go talk to the children, I guess. He reaches into his desk and pulls out what looks like the exact same bottle as what he was drinking before. A black liquid. He takes a swig through the nose, through the mouth again, and then says, I don't have any cups, but come here, I'll pour it right in there. You first, bird person.
Well, I'll take it. I open my beak.
And he pours just a little bit into the beak, says, I know you bird people get drunk quickly, so just a little bit. Just a little bit.
I can handle my liquor, man.
Oh, okay, a double dose for you then, my fine feathered friend. And for the rest of you, including you, I
don't want any. Do you have brine?
do I have Ryan? He rummages around
Aren't
in
you
his
old
desk
enough
and then
to
pulls
drink,
out.
teenager? Wonk.
It's brine!
He rummages
Brine
around.
water!
He rummages around in his desk and then pulls out a gigantic jar of brine. Goes, yes, I've got some right here. Here, you can
Excellent.
have it. I always keep brine around. What's that rhyme they say about brine, Mother Sari?
A brine and tine saves 5.
Give yourself an experience
Thank
point,
you.
I think.
I pull out a small ornate vessel of some kind to have my whiskey poured.
Okay,
Like a dignified person.
a dignified person. All right.
I must
He goes,
admit,
hoo-hoo, and pours it for you.
I'm surprised we're not drinking from the usual nightcap glasses, the small skull caps of children and animals. But for tonight, the sister, hold out your hands.
But I don't want to hold the wet liquid again.
Hold your hands out.
It's so
Ponyboy, please pour a double into her hands. Unfortunately, you know she lets it all leak out on the floor. But
I'll do my best to clasp my hands as tight as possible.
clasp them tighter, child.
Okay.
Is this the same sister?
She makes the attempt. Well, we'll find out, I suppose. She clasps her hand as tight
Totally
as possible. Her hand sticking out through the robes, and it's held briefly.
Quickly, drink it.
Yes, child.
And you get about half of it before the rest of it drips out.
Wondrous.
Do you have
Stuff, Pony.
Do you have a napkin?
No. Wipe it on your robes, child.
She wipes it on your robes. Licks her fingers off and wipes it on your robes. And
Is there any spare chili? I haven't eaten since breakfast.
Yes, it should be. You'll have breakfast tomorrow.
All right.
she gets quiet again. Well, Pony says, well, now that we're all toasted, What's the deal with solving this mystery? You said it was some ham that did it?
More or less. A ham did
You
it.
have a name.
I am a vegetarian. This is why. You can never trust meat.
Okay.
I too share a disgust of dead meat, so on that we happen to agree.
Look at you and me getting off together. Maybe there's future sparks of romance. He says. He takes another drink. That's two. What do they say? I read it in a book. The game. It was two passings. The third one, you'll be smitten with me. I see it, and shoots a wad out of the nose.
Smash or pass.
I think it's always funny.
Perhaps that is true, my handsome and good-looking, healthy young man. Now, why don't you tell us who this Hamlin is? Certainly you must have heard at least whispers amongst the children this name.
All right, give me a charm ×2. Take your +2 from having manipulated him previously into walking around and holding the chili, as he showed you about. You are a master manipulator, and you know Pony's number.
Yeah. Oh my god, how did I only get 2 hits on 10 dice? 2 hits.
He takes a wayward finger and gives you a flirty little look, twists the hair around the finger, and says, don't know anything about Hamlet. I've never heard the name before, but you can keep interrogating me if you'd like.
I truly find it unbelievable that you are watching these children all day, and yet your ears remain so closed as to not hear their mutterings.
The only way you can live around children is to simply not listen to them. You have to make yourself deaf to their wants and
this is
desires.
why you must pay others to solve your mysteries. Unobservance.
Oh, I'm sorry for paying your salary.
You should be sorry. It is a waste of money.
It is a waste of money. It is a waste of money. I wish it wasn't happening, but here we are. And if maybe that was
All right,
past number
well,
3. I'm being negged.
It seems obvious that the only way we are going to get the answers we seek are by discerning the lore put forth by these strange little children. Yes?
Yeah, go ask them questions. What the
But
trouble
is
with
asking them
children is
through
that they don't
bars
talk.
At night, the way to do it, I don't know. I personally don't find the dirty little things very palatable. Some might say they are quite delicious. I personally don't agree.
You keep assuming I'm eating them. I don't eat them. I'm
Right,
cutting
right.
into my
No one here
profits.
eats anything related to
I'm
it.
a
I'm sorry,
vegetarian.
Yes.
Anyway,
me too.
go do what you want.
too.
I'm going to get sloshed before I have to do my nightly rounds. And he leans back in his chair, almost falls off the dais, and continues to drink heavily, this time fully from the nose.
Yes, right. So, no one eats children. Not me, not anybody else.
And not me.
Says Gretchina, coming back, a toothpick, cleaning out their tooth.
I've locked away the children, safe and sound. How about getting sloshed a bit before I have to take my rounds with the torch?
It's kind of a rhyme.
She sits down in a chair across from Pony Headmaster, and the two of them get to drinking, ignoring you completely.
All right.
Yes,
Well,
this
I
is what
guess
it
we
takes
gotta
to
go
raise
talk
kids.
to these kids.
Yeah, I guess we go off and...
Well, there's 5 of us. We each
Yeah.
find a child.
I suppose so.
We need to find a child who saw another child get taken away.
I think it was the kid with the 7 hands.
It could have been the little blonde child that I saw running around earlier.
I saw that
Moti
kid
and
too.
I saw a little blonde child running around the halls. He had a furtive and
He
confused
looked
glance.
nefarious.
He looked nefarious.
Yet this
Nefarious.
child was not present in the panopticon room.
Correct.
The child was not. No.
The child was not in any of the visible cells.
Well, that's weird.
Maybe that's.
Maybe that's Hamlin.
That's Hamlin.
Could be, could be. How do we find the little
I think
bugger?
we need a little more information from the kids to find out a little bit more about what could bring him about. It does seem like they all secretly know about him. Because
That's
they're
why
not
I think
telling
the
us
kid with
adults
7
about it.
hands.
Well, how you want to go about it? You want us to go and break his knees?
You don't have to break his knees. You just gotta be nice to him.
I can try that first.
I must admit,
But
I
if
set
we
a
need to
very
put a little
high
bit of-
bar with my trick showing, so at this point we'll have to set the whole place on fire just to get an answer out of them my way. So please take it away.
Okay.
So you want to go find the child with the
70.
Let's
with
go
the
look
7
for it,
hands.
and I'll braid the enforcer just in case. But why don't you lead
What's
the show?
the enforcer?
Look, you don't want to meet the enforcer.
They're
Just-
kids. What do you
Look,
need
it's-
an enforcer
You
for?
never know. Every type of situation, you might need a little bit of insurance. So why
That
don't
sounds
you?
paranoid, but okay. We're gonna go talk to the kid with 7 hands now.
Adults love insurance.
Grachina says,
Yeah, that was Julie. Julie's the one that's always bragging about the numerous hands. I think they're on the 2nd floor. Go to the southwest corner and then 2 over. I think is where I locked Judy up. Julie. Yes, Julie with the many hands. Yes, of course. How could I
Okay.
forget?
Julie fingers.
Julie fingers.
Hands, not fingers. It's an
Double
important
G, I mean,
distinction.
she's
gonna
got-
be Julie fingers
Oh, I
now.
bet she's got 25. No, 35 fingers.
I think it's still just 5 fingers, but you know.
Oh.
Look,
So
you
5
can't
hands
you
with
can't
1
decide
finger
when you get a
each,
nickname.
and then 2
Sometimes you're
with
Julie fingers, sometimes you're Julie
Okay, then I
hands.
guess she's more like Julie Palms.
palm.
Go talk to Julie,
Oh
says
my,
Godmaster.
All right.
We're done with your prattling about children. It's almost as bad as hearing the prattling of children. We're trying to get sloshed.
Here. Don't hear. That's what I want to not hear as a damn child.
You are from the minds of geniuses.
God damn right.
Let's all join hands before we address Julie of the 7 hands.
What?
And
I don't
Is this
have
like a
hands.
prayer circle?
it is.
I
It is
don't.
like that.
I don't know.
I
if
must
I'm-
insist that though I respect you as a mage, I must insist that I do not touch your aged flesh, for
Then touch
the-
somebody else, and then
the
they
flesh
can
of
touch
age
me.
has a thirst about it that can sap youth away. So
Everybody?
I will go
I don't have
between the
hands.
bird and the frog.
Who will touch Mother Sary's
I
hands?
don't have hands.
Is
I
this
got
like a
one.
prayer circle?
I'll take your hands, but sister.
Trust my
Do not
skills
involve
and
yourself.
communication.
Yes, I am between the bird and
We're
the frog.
about
the
to
youngest
speak
ones
to
here.
a child who's significant to our journey.
Oh boy.
We need all the energy we can get. All right. Dearest Julie, 7 hands, speak to us across these lands and gulfs of waves and gulfs of sound and minds of crashing that might be loud and scary like water under the bridge. A child has crossed into a hedge. They've disappeared like Homer Simpson. Bring us these truths. Our questions and then some. Julie Hands,
Who's Homer
let us
Simpson?
hear you. A man
believe
from
he
a
wrote the
plane
Odyssey.
outside of here.
Oh, okay.
A man from an extant plane.
So, what are you using? Are you casting a spell, or is it more
Yes,
just a?
I'm casting a spell so that we can all have clear communication with this child, and that she will tell us what she knows.
Will you give me magic plus genius? And you make your way to the 2nd floor, southwest corner, but like 1 or 2 over, to where Julie Hands is. 2 successes? 3 successes. Amazing. And might I also then get a drain roll from you? Whoever wants to first make contact with Julie will get a +3 to their charm roll.
I opened the door.
Nope, you're good. The drain changes depending on what it is you're trying to do.
I opened the door.
So you're the one that takes the lead with Julie.
Yes.
The door, you try to open the door, but it's barred. And
Why would that stop me?
it's barred with a lock on it. It's you'll have to bash the door open if you want to get in there.
Now, let us not bash child's doors open. I think that will get us off on the wrong foot. Perhaps scare them, Egbert.
The child, Julie, rushes to the door excitedly and then sees it's you and the rest of you behind and then looks down and goes back to their bed and sits.
Hi, Julie.
Hi.
We just wanted to talk about Hamlin.
Not supposed to talk about Hamlin.
I know, but the adults aren't around.
Get out of the view, get out of the view.
Do you all get out of the view?
Okay.
No. I leave.
Seemed like they were excited for someone at the door. Sounds like someone usually comes to the door if they want to hang out.
Okay, what do you say? What's your pitch?
We just want to make sure your friends are safe and where they are. And I mean, I wouldn't bring them back here personally, but like, I just want to make sure they're not in a worse place, you know?
Sounds like adult talk to me, Julie says,
Well,
kicking her foot.
What? I'm not an adult.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, like, adults are really stupid.
Yeah, they are kind of stupid.
They are
huh?
really stupid. They're just like, they pay bills. Like, what's that?
Yeah, that's kind of cool. Are you an adult?
No, I'm 14.
Cool. Julie says. All right, ask your question.
So I just want to know who Hamlin is. Are they cool?
Okay, give me a charm ×2 +3 for the Mother's Day ritual, +2 for admitting you're a child, and +2 for making all the adults get out of the way.
4 hits.
4 hits. Julie said what? Julie says, yeah, Hamlin started coming around a few months ago, after Jackson started talking about this kid Hamlin, and then he showed up. I think Hamlin's talking to William tonight is what I heard, but sometimes he talks to a bunch of people. So I'm just kind of trying to stay quiet because we're not supposed to talk to him about him.
What does
He
Hamlin
says-
talk about?
He talks about this awesome place that he's gonna take us where it's everything is like it sounds stupid. It's stupid sounding.
It's not stupid.
Like,
I mean, Hamlin
They got
sounds
like
really
gumdrop
cool.
trees, and all the houses are made of chocolate, and it's always daytime, but when you close your eyes it's really dark, so you can still take a nap and it's not a problem.
Wow, that sounds way better than here.
Yeah, it sounds way better than anywhere, I bet.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, Hamlin's really cool.
Well, that's cool.
I've only talked to him like twice, but
Where does everyone go? Do they go back to the place Hamlin talks about? Do you know? Have you talked to any of your friends since they left?
no, Hamlin like comes talks to us, and then some days when he like talks to somebody, they're just gone, and so he probably takes them.
Has anyone ever come back?
No, why would you ever come back?
Well, I don't know. I just want to know. Just
Would
wanna
you ever
check.
come back from a place like that? Chocolate anytime you want it, and gumdrop trees, and it's always a crisp 75 degrees, and it's not windy unless you want it to be, and if you close your eyes it's dark, so you can take a nap even though it's always sun is always shining.
That does sound pretty tight.
It does sound
Wow.
pretty tight.
All right. And Hamlin's supposed to come tonight?
Yeah, Hamlin comes every night.
Every night?
Yeah, and talks to somebody, and then sometimes they go with Hamlin, and other times he just comes with like games, or like just
What kind of games?
tells jokes. A lot of cool games. There's wheel on a stick where you roll this
Oh,
wheel.
yeah, I remember that one.
And there's jacks.
Oh,
and
I
there's
like jacks.
and there's like who's hiding the gremlin. I love that one.
Who's hiding the gremlin?
Yeah, you have to decide. You get this card with all these faces, and you have to figure out which one's hiding the gremlin. And then there's and then also sometimes he comes with just a deck of cards, and we get to play War. I love War. Where you say how has the higher card.
Yeah.
War too.
Shut up. Shut up.
Yeah. So I was hoping like maybe you'd come. You're kind of cool too, but when Hamlin comes inside, it's like warmer, and it's not like.
Well,
the
yeah.
door's
I mean,
not
I
locked.
don't have a place with gumdrops in it, so that's fair.
Yeah, I guess growing up kind of sucks, huh?
It sure does.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Can I whisper to Egbert?
Yeah.
Ask how Hamlin gets in. He gets inside and it's warm.
How does Hamlin get inside? Do you guys let him in? Can you let him in?
No, he just shows up.
Just shows up?
Yeah, he just comes in.
Can you see him go through walls, doors? Does he open anything?
Paper thin ghost.
He's just like here. He just shows up.
Just appears.
Yeah, it's complicated. I don't know. It's like I don't know how to describe it. Hamlin's
Okay.
just awesome.
All right.
Ask him where William's staying.
Well, do you know which room William is in?
No. But he's that one that your happiness man poured the glue all over his head. He's the smallest.
Oh, right. Despicable William.
Yeah, Despicable William.
You don't know which room he's in?
No, Grachina just like throws us in rooms at random.
One of you go find where the room is.
Oh, wait, are you talking to the other
Glued to
adults?
the ground.
No, I would never do that.
Yeah, I would never do that either.
Yeah, adults are stupid.
Adults are stupid. All right, can I get who's gonna go look for Despicable? I guess it's only on you, buddy. Yeah, you know what he looks like.
Oh yeah, because
Yeah.
we haven't seen him.
Well, who showed up?
Well, he'll be
though?
all covered in glue, so
Well,
he'll be a dead
I think
giveaway.
we were all around. I mean, Gretchina was the one that was supposed to come with us, and then she just came
But,
back to deal
yeah,
with the kids.
my perception checks are going to be terrible, so it shouldn't be me.
I can go with the horse master.
All right, give me talent plus
To
genius.
sense the William.
Plus 1 because Horsemaster knows the sign of the telltale glue that'll still be on the head. Talent plus genius plus 1. But you're still here with Julie.
Are we both rolling that?
Just
To
you.
See if we find him. Okay.
You're
And
still here with
do
Julie.
I still get a +1?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Take 1 plus 1 for the dankness, and then plus 1 for Horsemaster's glue knowledge. Four hits.
Yeah.
William's right next door.
William.
William looks
Oh,
up.
wet William.
Can I get another?
William.
Can I get another talent plus genius from you?
With the same pluses or no?
No, just straight up. We'll take the plus 1 for the dankness, but no, not for the glue.
Shit.
How well can you hear through the
Oh,
walls
I
in
got
here?
I got 1 success.
The walls are thick. It's old construction. But you could talk through the bars. William is enwrapped, staring, sitting at the bed and staring at the wall. He has an expression of happiness on his face.
The happiness child. This doesn't seem right. I want to transform like my communication with him so that I don't startle him or rouse him from his altered state.
But you want to communicate with him.
Yeah.
All right, give me genius plus magic.
Or I guess I want to just watch. I think I want to watch. I don't know. I think I want to watch and be able to. I want to be able to see what's happening between, see what's happening between William and whatever it is that he's observing.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you're just watching.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So are you still here with Julie?
Yeah, I guess so.
Uh,
It was very helpful.
Yeah,
You like Jax?
I love Jax.
I give her my Jax. They're slimy because my hands are very slimy.
Yeah, you had a bunch of brine earlier.
I had a bunch of brine. I'm
Um,
also a frog.
She goes, yeah, I noticed. That's cool. And she takes the jacks. Says, thanks a lot. They always take away my jacks or our jacks. So these are worth a lot.
Yeah, worth a lot. What do you do? What?
Well, like people will play with me and stuff.
Oh.
It's worth a lot of social clout.
Oh, I see. Now you're gonna
My-
go viral here.
my
I get
clout-
it.
my
cloud chasers.
My clout game is through the roof with this
He's
one.
goated with
Wow.
the jacks.
Amazing.
Yeah, my clout game got jacked up. But have you all gathered around William now?
I got 3 successes in observing William.
Okay, William is just is staring rapt, not noticing you at all, staring what seems to be a dead space in the wall.
But shouldn't I be able to see what's happening with the wall? Because of
Nothing that you can tell.
damn.
Whoa. Should we get in there?
Do the rest of you go and observe it?
Yeah.
Should we get in there?
I'll need to do some perception.
Egbert. Well, Valencia, can I get a talent plus genius from you? No, Multi and Horsemaster, you don't get to roll. You don't get to roll.
Do I get to roll?
When is it gonna do?
No hits.
No hits. Yeah, you just see a kid staring at a wall like a freak. No, Egbert, you see a mischievous blonde little boy
Whoa.
telling.
Only children can see him.
telling funny jokes and playing with little Jacks.
There's a little guy in there.
And
just
William
running
just
around.
looks so
Staring
happy.
at the wall.
The
of
little guy,
course.
no. I mean, there's another little guy in there.
No, but what's he look like?
He's blonde.
He's blonde? Is he paper thin by chance?
No, you idiot.
This is the child that
saw a
that
blonde-
we saw.
we saw a blonde kid
The
earlier.
complex child. We think that's Hamlin.
Well, I mean, it must be. I mean, why would there be 2 in a room?
His beautiful blonde hair is certainly slamming.
Can you call him out? Can you call his name?
Hey, Hamlin.
I don't know about that.
The child looks at you, makes eye contact, and then is gone.
Oh, he's gone now. I spooked him.
Oh, thanks a lot.
Damn it.
And
What? You told me to call out to him, so I did it.
And the bird did, no one else.
and William, Despicable William, seems roused from a stupor, looks around, and looks at you and starts crying. Why did you make him go?
I didn't make him go. I just wanted to say what up.
Why did you make him go?
I didn't. I just want to say hi.
He starts crying openly. You hear next door Julie crying.
Oh, God.
Ask him why he's crying.
Why are you crying?
He's crying too loud.
Jeez Louise.
What were they saying?
I don't have any more toys. All I have is a gun.
Wait, what did you hear what they were saying before the ghost boy disappeared?
No, they were just playing jacks and telling jokes.
What were the jokes about?
Jacks.
Jokes about Jax?
Yeah, it's a
Jeez,
crazy
children-
world out here.
Children really are stupid. My
But he wasn't responding to you.
He
until
did
you-
respond to me. He looked at me and then he left.
No, not that kid. The other kid. The other kid didn't respond. William was enraptured. It sounds like there
William
was a
was
spell
catatonic.
going on.
Yes, I think that there's something that the child is doing that's casting some kind of pall that is making him a thrall. That's leading him to being controlled, but only when the spell takes hold.
This seems
When he leaves, he starts to bawl.
Stop.
Nobody likes it when I
No,
try.
nobody likes it because you can't do it. I can't do it, but at least I know. I'm self-aware.
Self-awareness is not one of my strong points.
The children,
We know.
the children are still crying, bawling their little eyes out. William keeps looking up, upset.
Do you want a
Angry.
gun?
They won't
Will
talk
make
to
you
these
feel
crying
better?
children anymore. We should go check on the other kids. It sounds like this Hamlin guy's checking in on these kids a lot.
Did Julie mention anybody that he's meant to visit besides Despicable William on
No,
this fine night?
just Despicable Will, but apparently he sees them every day.
As you walk around looking at the other children, you find that as you approach, they begin to cry.
Whoa.
And when you get to the doors, the crying and sobbing is loud, and they look over and make eye contact, weeping, looking angry and upset.
I don't like this.
Do you think Hamlin cursed
Don't
us?
mind.
Are we cursed?
I believe this, whatever Hamlin is, it has some sort of power over these children, and by dint of you only being the one to see it, I can only suspect a child-specific specter of some kind.
I don't know. We saw the child on our way into the building.
Then why did you not see it just before?
I don't know. I wasn't allowed to check.
Perhaps I had. There's still been residue of magic, or I was making a magical observation, or maybe Hamlin made itself known to us. Perhaps because we were in the presence of a child, I.
Maybe it's after you see him once, then you're part of the spell already.
But mother,
But you
did
didn't see
not
him a second
you
time.
did not see the second boy when you approached the vase, correct?
I saw two boys. I saw the blonde child upon entering the building. I saw my vision of the two children playing jacks together in the room of the child who disappeared, and I did not see Hamlin when I saw catatonic William.
You didn't see
Did I
him.
not?
If he's paper thin by chance, maybe you were
He's
just
not.
looking at the
None of
exact
them
wrong
are.
angle.
None of them are. That theory's dead and gone.
Well, fine.
Perhaps
you
it
want
is
the
a
new
paper
theory.
thin lizard. Are
I
we
wasn't allowed to check. I
discounting
don't
that
know.
as a possible
Okay,
solution?
great.
It seems
great.
like it's,
No, all the
you
lizards
get
are pretty
chosen
plump.
to get seen, or you don't get chosen in the moment. There's a lot going on here.
The lights begin flickering against the wall, and Gracina walks around the corner, holding her torch, billowing, hearing the children crying, and saying,
Are you messing with the children while they try to sleep?
No,
I
we're
think
not
we need to
messing
go
with
speak
anybody.
With the adults, don't you think?
What?
We should probably go talk to the headmaster.
As soon as we can get away from this horrible noise, the better.
Yes.
So
Well,
yes,
it
let's
sounds
go.
like the adults the only ones that can actually talk to us now.
Yeah, I guess I could talk to you, yes, and I'm an
Yes, you're an
adult.
adult,
The children
yes.
are all crying, which I guess means they're not up to mischief, which means good enough for me.
No,
Let's
it's
go
the
back down
opposite
to the
of that.
central
All
hall.
of them are
They
crying.
are
Even if I
optimistic.
just look. Even if it's just me that checks the door.
Yes, they're making eye contact with you specifically.
Oh. I think I was cursed. I've been cursed.
Yes, we've all been cursed one way or
Yes, is
another.
this your first curse? Congratulations.
I've been cursed.
Feels pretty good,
Growing
doesn't
up.
it?
No.
Can I
Kids these
try
days.
to assess the nature of the curse that's been placed upon Egbert?
Oh, what do you want? Use patterns?
Patterns, yes.
They don't think I'm cool anymore.
Yeah. Give me a magic plus genius.
I even gave her my jacks.
And then you are you heading down to go back to speak with the adults?
Is the high amount of terror in the atmosphere of any use to me, and can I use it somehow to
One
to
success.
discern?
And can you give me a drain roll? If you could think of a way that you could use it. I mean, I think that terror is in the air. It's more sorrow than terror, but sorrow and terror are adjacent enough.
Yeah.
You take no. It doesn't strain you, but you sense no curse emanating from Egbert. No curse in the air. What you see is just malaise around the children, morose and upset.
When I search the plains and search the shapes, it is not Egbert's sour grapes that lay cursed upon these halls. It's the children's despair beyond the walls.
Sorrow radiates from the children specifically.
Sorrow radiates from the children specifically.
If I
So
may,
this Hamlin has perhaps cursed the children rather than the frog child.
Oh.
Makes sense.
from what
considering
I'm gathering here, a plan is coming to mind.
Oh, God. Shut up.
There's been much discussion about speaking to adults, but we've already heard they have no knowledge of Hamlin. I think we have to do a little bit of a Scooby-Doo switcheroo here. I think we need to go into one of the rooms with one of the children, hide in there, and wait to be in their presence. Or I propose we could use bait. And for this, I would like to enlist my little sister. We'll throw her in a room, maybe.
I think that is the way.
She is highly disposable.
What do you want me to do?
Quiet! Speak only when spoken to.
Oh, I thought I was supposed to be doing something.
Not everyone wants to hear from you.
Okay, I apologize. What
With
is it
some
you need?
reluctance, folks, I'd like to introduce to you Sister of the Sisters Glue Factory.
Yes, the child under your cloak. We have known that it was there.
Okay.
Yeah, we've known this for
I
years.
didn't
Is this
know
the same
about it, but
sister?
I'm still weirded out.
It's always the same sister.
Oh, right, you're new here. Yes, this is
Yeah,
his theme.
Egbert-
It's a child
And
under
you-
the cloak.
and you spend
Egbert and
time
I
with
have
this
hung
man
out before.
Well,
on a
What?
weekly basis.
all for
We
a
had-
day's
we
pay,
had-
you know?
I must have been sleeping. This is
So I'm
unallowed.
falling into your eyes now. Just pay your mind.
I feel like we've all stayed in the same dormitory before. Like Egbert and I have hung out. Says sister.
That's completely. That's horrible.
And also,
You're-
there's that Lieutenant Colonel Cummins and Valencia. Yes, hello.
I can. Wow, I sense your graduation day is growing near, sister.
You say that all the time.
With any luck, it will be true this week.
So what do you need me to do? What am I doing?
Okay, what do you guys think? We've got prime bait here, but where are we so that we can spring like the jaws of an animal on this
Hang out in the closet.
spectral child?
Do they even have closets? Are they allowed to have closets?
We hang out in the closet.
Well, I'm not going to fit underneath the bed.
Wait. Will you
Regina.
hang out in the closet with me?
Yes.
Regina, are there any rooms with secret passages, corridors, holes in the brickwork?
No, but we have a bunch with very large closets.
Okay, great.
The plan's coming.
After the
It's
bird,
really
I guess.
coming together.
What
A
you
comically
say?
large closet, you say?
So you want me to lock you all in
Reminds
a
me of
room?
an ancient tune.
Yeah, we're all going to be locked in
I
the room.
won a lengthy ballad by Ricardus Kelly.
Reginald Kelly.
Reginald Kelly.
All right. Well, I'd love to lock you in a bedroom then. I guess one with the largest closet and leave you. Sure. Wait. Let's go. And then Gracino walks down a corridor a few paces and goes.
sloshed.
Let's do this one. And says, "Go on, pile in. I'll lock you on the inside. Right? It should be locked, right?"
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it should be locked. Why are you all agreeing with this?
Well, because
Well,
don't you?
how else would he? Well, Tamlin will know something's up.
Yes, it should be locked. However, we should have the key. Yes.
He'll
Wait,
sense-
okay, no,
he'll
the
sense
cell
the
should be
pattern.
locked, but not
Yes,
us in the
but not
No,
the
it
closet.
closet.
bars from the inside, so you can't unlock it.
Fuck it.
You'd have to break the door down.
I
which
can break
you'll
the door
just-
See you in the
down.
morning. Just let us out and give us breakfast. And hopefully, we'll see a specter in the night.
All right, fine. Pony's going to love this. They want to get locked in a room and hang out in a closet all night to snoop on some like paper-thin lizard ghost
No,
or
there's no
something.
paper-thin lizard.
Sounds about right to me.
Next her in the night,
the
poke her
process
in
if
the
you want us
rear.
to solve the mystery in your
I'm
school,
not.
lady.
I'm agreeing with everything you want to do. I just think it's cuckoo bananas is all. There you go. There's the large closet over there. It's got little slats so you can see out, but it's hard to see. But it's hard to see in.
Classic for a seeing out type
You
situation.
can just push the bare hangers to the side.
I mean, we have to speak in whispers.
Yes.
Speak in whispers, and I need to see
we
it because
all
I'm the
in
only
here?
one that could see.
I'm the only one that can see it.
No, you might not be able to see him anymore.
Yeah, I don't
We
know
had a
that.
problem earlier. We saw him earlier, and then we
Yeah,
couldn't
but
see him
I
again.
see
I
him
guess you're a
earlier.
child.
Sister,
I'm not an
wait,
adult.
say it.
Let's all keep an eye.
Not an adult. I'm not a child, but I'm not an adult.
Hold on.
Teenager.
Before we all get locked in here for the night, is there perhaps some force around Egbert that is driving it away? No? Have we determined that that is not the case?
I'm not cursed.
Egbert is not cursed. We have confirmed.
You gonna be okay
That's
with
a
us
very-
locked in a closet all night?
I will not be okay, no. But to be frank, money is tight lately, and this is what I must do.
Well, we're about to
So
see
you
some
all-
stuff, folks.
everyone
all-
keep a good eye out. Sister's vision has been damaged numerous times.
I'm a bit far-sighted as a bird. I'm gonna be honest. It's a little hard to see close up.
So you all pile into the
Well, I can
closet.
see
Yes, we
excellent
all
into
pile
the
into
dark.
the
Don't
closet.
Fire
worry.
in the
Perhaps,
closet.
actually, perhaps I should be the one to watch.
No,
seeing as
they
I
won't
can
see anything.
I can see very well in the dark.
Yeah, but you can't see.
Yeah,
the-
see, this is the
Oh,
thing.
that's
There are
Sure.
slits, but they're only big enough for two people to look at a time.
Yes,
you're
so
going to
I
have to
should be one
agree.
of them.
Okay, then
No,
I'll be
two
the other. I
people.
gotta see
Okay.
if the ghost
And
kid comes.
everybody else is going to be like, "What do you see?"
I'll take a shift after Valencia has tired herself.
And what do you think? Do you think that the two of us should be on opposite shifts? Because we've seen the Spectre before?
I think that one of us should be on each shift because we share the experience of having seen the Spectre before.
Good.
That's a
But I've
good-
seen it too.
This is a good plan.
So you'll be on both.
Okay, excellent.
And
But
Horsemaster will just be left out of any snooping.
Horsemaster should be elsewhere.
Yeah, go away.
No, Horsemaster wants to be in the closet.
I'll never be far from my little sister now.
Oh, he
All right.
cares about her.
Pardon me, she is simply my legal
Honestly,
property.
I think everyone cares about me. I think at the end of the
Oh,
day.
sister, yes, of course, yes.
So little
Of course
sister
we do.
stretches out her little toes and sits down on the bed and enjoys freedom from not under the horse robes.
And what is everyone seeing? What does she look like now? You tell us.
Well, there's a little what sister?
Yeah.
Well, she's wearing like a little gown that's a little like frayed at the bottom, barefoot, of course, with a white lace collar, and has just some lovely curls, and is sitting there poking fingers together and twiddling toes and enjoying freedom and enjoying the fact that Horsemaster that you like and everybody else are like watching but having no authority over her at the moment.
Positively
if-
dingy child.
If she's still
Why
got
doesn't
curly
she have
hair,
shoes?
it must not be the same one I
Don't you
glued
people
to that
need
carriage
shoes?
many years ago.
Look, I have to be honest. If anybody did want to eat this child, this one seems to be in such poor condition that it's not even very appetizing. I don't want to eat it. That's certainly the case.
So can I get a pride times 2 roll from everybody to withstand being crammed into this closet for what might be hours
Hey,
of the
watch the-
evening while
watch
the
the
sister
feathers.
rubs in
Oh.
the face of everyone?
I got
No
4
hits.
hits. I'm
4
doing
hits. Oh,
great.
so you thought it would be tough, but you're just like, it's night. I'm thriving.
Yeah.
Does the closet simulate being underground or filthy?
Yeah, you can take a +2 for being in the. It would be one or the other, but with everyone packed in, it becomes both.
both.
Yeah.
3
Yeah.
hits.
Okay, amazing. Wait,
Everyone's doing fine. I got 0.
you got 0?
3 hits.
Okay, and Egbert got a critical glitch. So.
Good.
So you start to realize that inside this closet, with everyone in there, it's getting really hot
and it's also feeling really dry.
But
And
I
you find
like
yourself
hot.
dry. Yeah, but it's really dry.
Oh,
And you
no.
find yourself drying out. You get those crusty bits at the corner of your mouths, and then you start hearing a little as you blink your eyes from the dryness.
Does anyone have any
great.
water?
You're getting a little crusty.
Do you have any water?
Unfortunately, you're all crammed in so tight that even if somebody had water, they wouldn't be able to get it because
also
you can't.
hot.
I have
Fluffing my feathers
I
up.
have
This
some
isn't comfortable for
magnetized
me.
water.
What does that mean? What does it have in it?
Uh,
don't
expensive.
bullshit
It
me.
sounds
What does it have in
expensive.
it?
You don't want
Look, it is water.
That's it.
Yes,
That's it.
it has passed through a living being, but it is water.
What does that mean?
it. Oh. You don't want to drink that.
Look, it's completely safe.
You
What does that
definitely
mean?
don't
It
want
passed
to
through
drink
a person.
You're
Pee.
desperate right now.
There's some pee
Oh,
in the water.
no.
You rolled a
no.
critical glitch. You're desperate.
Yes, and honestly, look, this I have it's like that's a decent sized little vial there. Only a quarter of that circle they gave you earlier.
Oh, come on.
Look, I'm a
it.
saleswoman.
I'm
This-
just saying
this
you're gonna rip
retails-
off a teenager.
This retails for 3 times
yeah,
that
and
price.
it doesn't cost literally nothing.
You're
for you to
desperate.
make.
You're desperate right now.
Oh God, I give 1 shim.
Will you take one shim
No,
for it?
1 quarter.
1 shim.
1 quarter.
2 shims.
1 quarter.
2 shims.
1 quarter.
2 shims
One
and a
quarter.
gun.
In your haste.
And a gun?
In your haste, because you're offering 2 shims and the gun.
Yeah.
It's not worth as much as a quarter.
Yeah, no, 1 quarter.
All right, in your haste,
I
I'm gonna be
only
honest.
have one
You
quarter.
rolled
No,
a
you got a
critical.
full-
You
you got a
rolled a
full
critical
circle.
glitch, and you failed to negotiate. In your how many shims do you have on you?
I have 4.
No, but didn't they get a whole circle at the
No,
beginning of this?
I know, but in your haste to get the water, you hand over what's in your pocket. Give Valencia a 1 quarter and 4 shims.
What?
I mean, you rolled a critical glitch and you failed to negotiate. You were getting drier and drier by the minute, and you were handed the magnetized water. You still have the full circle. You're not losing that from the beginning. And you down that magnetized
Oh,
water.
I pour it on me. I'm not drowning. I'm
Okay,
not
you
drowning.
pour the magnetized
Yeah, so
water.
now everyone
What
gets
is
to
the
smell
magnetized
me.
water?
Oh,
Like
it's just
pee.
it's
Oh,
water and
boy.
pee.
It's water and pee?
Yeah.
Okay, can everybody else give me a pride times 2 roll -2 for the fact that it smells like pee in the closet now?
Me too.
No, you're ready for. You're okay with it. You're fine.
2 hits.
I'm gonna keep my +2 because smelling like pee is good to me.
Yeah, I think so.
1 hit.
2 hits.
2 hits.
Okay, the 2 of you can handle it. Take 1 emotional damage. For the fact that you're starting to smell pee everywhere. You're sitting next to Egbert. You got a little bit on you. And Sister is out there just sitting and enjoying freedom. And you just feel like rubbing it in your face.
Pee?
I want to also offer some of Egbert some of my psychedelic root tea because they really need liquid to survive.
What's psychedelic?
It's what I use to access the meta pattern and discern minute disturbances in the fabric of reality.
Your choices are your own now.
Your choices are
you
your
have
own.
you have solved your wetness. Do you want the tea?
The wetness is solved?
No,
Then
no, no.
never
Well,
mind.
for Egbert, but
No,
you
that
still
sounds,
offering.
That sounds cool.
Look,
You
I
offering
want
it?
the psychedelic tea.
Do you have it already liquid? You like have a cold brew? Does it
Yes.
carry a teapot?
Yeah, it's a water skin.
Okay.
Yes.
Psychedelic tea.
Okay. You want to drink it?
I did my pinky
Drink
in it
it.
earlier, so.
All right, and you drink it.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I get a pride times 2 roll? And can I get
I
from
don't have
you
much
a
pride.
magic plus genius roll, Mother Sari?
If young Egbert cannot experience their
Accidentally
first
hit it
curse
twice, but I got
tonight,
no hits the first time.
perhaps their
Okay.
first trip shall be a welcome experience.
Kid. You're a trooper.
With my
You're a
modifiers
soldier.
or
You know what?
Yeah, I have
Actually,
a gun.
don't worry about it.
We got a long
They
way
got
ahead.
they got 0. All right, Kay, Egbert, you drink the tea.
Yeah.
And your emotional health is so low, and you're cramped in this closet where you were just so hot.
Oh, no.
You're going to take your last emotional health damage, but you're not going to be knocked unconscious. What you are instead is tripping and a little losing a little bit of your sense of reality. And it's at this moment that the perky ears of well, I should actually ask. Give me a talent plus genius, everybody.
I feel
to
like
see
we've
who's
got
perky ears.
the fact that we have a child in the literally in the psychedelia of the meta pattern right now is fucking great for sensing Wet William, Little Sister,
talent
and
plus
Pied
genius.
Piper of Hamelin.
Well, I agree with that.
Talented or smart.
You got no hits?
I
No,
also
I
got
mean,
no hits.
you're beaming over how you made a big sale.
I'm having a great time.
You got no
hits
hits?
on-
Yeah.
1 hit.
2 hits on 2 dice.
Okay, so the imperceptive horse master is the one whose ears perk up, and you, attuned as you are to Sister, with a focus on children right now, you hear, just a few doors down, what you think is Despicable William talking to somebody. And you distinctly hear the name Hamlin, just a few doors down. But here you are, all crowded in a closet, locked in a room from the other side. However, will you solve this little riddle? And I think that is as good a place as any to end this evening of the new Haverlock Hunters. Let me quickly switch back music to... Oh, wait, no, that's not the music. Oh, no. The new Haverlock Hunters, brought to you by the Wizardhole and School of Visual Arts BFA Animation. This has been The Trouble with Children, Part 1. Please return next week for Part 2. I'm not sure if it'll be here or on twitch.tv/Wizardhole. We'll figure that out. But Part 2, and what I know will be the conclusion of The Trouble with Children. What's going on with this Hamlin kid? What's so special about Despicable William other than he got covered in glue? Will Julie be able to gain massive clout with these jacks? How sloshed did Pony, Inhospitable, and Gretchina get? And how will our new Haverlock Hunters get out of their most dastardly puzzle yet? A closet they're all piled into and a locked door. You'll have to turn up next week to find out. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Let's go around one more time. Remember, class registration is coming up. Let's go the other way this time, starting with...
Hi, my name's Kay. I teach animation thesis. I play Egbert. That's about it.
My name is Alec. I've been playing Horsemaster Youngster Newborn. You can find me online at Grooming BPM and in the basements all across the city.
I'm Lily. I've been playing Valencia, and I teach illustration portfolio. So if you're an illustration junior,
I'm Jensen. I play Mother Sari.
I'm Bryce, and I play Multi.
And I'm Peter Schmidt. I am the DM, and I teach FX animation in all the animation department, obviously, because it's animation, 2D FX animation, which is objectively the best kind of animation. So if you're interested in animation, you ought to do yourself a favor and take FX animation. Not because of me, but just because FX is awesome. Thank
Also
you.
because of Peter.
Thank you, Kay. Thank you so much for watching. Please come back next week for the thrilling conclusion of The Trouble with Children, where we'll figure out what the fuss is all about. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Peace out, and have a good night. Next Tuesday, 8 o'clock, somewhere. Follow at Big Honk with 2 Ks to see what's up about that. Have a wonderful evening.